We welcome you to Ives Lamel Family Field, home of the Brevard College Tornadoes. It's blackout day here against the Erskine Flying Fleet. Ryan Wilkson, Rick Green taking you through all your coverage today. We got an exciting match at Brevard, surprising us with some black uniforms this afternoon. Rick, a little bit cloudy, but it seems to be a good day for football.
I like it, and I really like the all-black look of the Tornadoes today. It's awesome. And the crowd's the same way. A lot of people showing their loyalty to the Tornadoes wearing their black.
Yeah, the crowd continuing to move in here as we're about 29 minutes and change from kickoff. Rick, the Tornadoes come in 1-1, a really nice win over Sewanee last week on the road, a 26-10 victory. And the run game was the highlight there, and that maybe was not necessarily the plan. But 46 carries, over 200 yards, a lot of different contributors on the ground for the Tornadoes. What do you think there was there to like from the Tornadoes' rushing attack last week?
Well, you have to like I love the coach's comment. He didn't go in with planning to run that much, but it just kept working, and as it kept working, why stop? And that shows the coach is really prepared. The kids all adjusted. It was a good game.
Yeah, and a new running back entering the room this week. Not sure how much we'll see of him, but Coach Cayatt was really excited about the ability of Rayshawn Williams, a Huntington transfer, and what he can provide to an already pretty loaded room with different running styles between Zion Fauntleroy McDaniel, also known as ZFM. Might hear us call him that a couple times today. Darius Billingsley and Jaden Deaton, all guys that can contribute in different ways. Rick, what kind of benefit does that give the Tornadoes to have a bunch of different running styles in that room?
Well, it certainly gives us, keeps the team fresh. It allows you to switch out and the likes. This is a large team that we're looking at over here, so it's going to be interesting to see how they adjust and the likes.
Yeah, in terms of the opponent, it is a Division II opponent, Erskine out of the Conference Carolinas, but Coach Cayatt said he was not focused on that. He mentioned it once after the Sewanee game and kind of moved on from that. Also did an exercise where he had 15 guys who came in from Division II schools stand at front of the room, and then 15 guys who started their careers at Brevard, and basically asked, do these guys have any superpowers, any super abilities? And the answer was obviously no, and I think that speaks to just knowing the Flying Fleet as another opponent and doing the best you can today. So Erskine out of the Conference Carolinas, 0-2 coming into today's matchup. Losses to Presbyterian and Anderson out of the South Atlantic Conference. Presbyterian obviously in the FCS, excuse me. And Rick, it's a big group, but it seems like Brevard can match up pretty well today.
Hey, if you can't play football, we can play football. We proved that last week. Let's see what we bring to the game today. Again, we're glad to see the folks here who have traveled to support their team, and we're going to have a full house here of Brevard College fans. And if you're out there watching us online, well, hey, welcome to the party.
Yeah, again, thank you all for joining us today. All Brevard College events live on the YouTube channel. It's been busy as of late. Had women's soccer get a win last night. The Tornadoes stay undefeated at 6-0. Opening conference play with Meredith. Big win over the Avenging Angels last night here at Ives Lamel Family Field. And again, you can catch all Brevard College Tornado athletic events live on the YouTube. We're going to take a quick break. And on the other side, you'll hear from head coach Bill Cayatt, and we'll continue to break down the game on the other side.
Over 125 years, Comporium hasn't had customers. We've had neighbors, friends, and a community we're proud to serve. Because for us, it's personal. We live, work, and raise our families right alongside you. So yes, we deliver lightning-fast speeds and reliable service, but more than that, we deliver commitment. Comporium, making connections that make a difference.
Ryan Wilkes here with head football coach Bill Cayatt. Pregame before the Tornadoes take on the Erskine Flying Fleet here at Ives Lamel Family Field. Coach, bird's eye view, what are you expecting out of your team today?
Well, we understand the opponent. Bigger, stronger, faster. That's what the paper says. But I'm really looking for our program to come out here and play with the responsibility that they know they need to have on every play, the effort that they need to have, and be unified as a squad. And if they do that, they'll hold up just fine today.
So you talked about your, you only mentioned Division II once after Sewanee, and you even did an exercise earlier in the week. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I just wanted to get the guys to understand that they do not need to get hung up on labels. So oftentimes they hear, Division II or FCS non-scholarship or FBS, all these different labels, and really these are guys who are all just football players. So the opponent is going to have more people that are bigger, stronger, and faster than we are. But we also have people that are big, strong, and fast. But those are measurables, and measurables do not win a football game. It's the execution of the play and the effort on each one of those plays, and these guys just being unified as a group and being able to celebrate in everyone's accomplishments during the time on the field today.
So last week at Sewanee, wasn't the plan coming in, but you run the ball 46 times and you gain over 200 yards on the ground. Has that been more of a focal point this week in practice, or is it kind of the same scenario where you're going to play it by ear?
Yeah, what we do is we evaluate film, and based on what we see on film, we try to find any sort of weaknesses, whether that's in a particular position, a player, or just a scheme. And that's what you attack as a coach. But what happens, and what sometimes will unfold during a game, is you see something that was never evident on film, maybe because the opponents that you were evaluating, they didn't play teams that did certain things. So once you have that opportunity to take advantage of something within the game, then you just continue to do that until the opponent makes a change to stop that, and if they don't, then you continue to run it.
I want to talk about your offensive line for a second. That was a big focal point in our conversation earlier this week. Week 1 obviously wasn't there all across the board, but week 2 you mentioned it was a lot better, especially with your freshman center, Bryce Shoemake. What are the improvements you've seen from that unit?
Yeah, so really it's all about experience. So we can do all we want to try to simulate situations during practice, but it's an entirely different deal once you get out there on game day. So the game day communication starts with a freshman, so he just needs some time to play in a game. Now he's bookended by 2 guards that do have a lot of experience, and those 2 guys can help the line of communication because then they send it out to the tackles and onto the tight ends and to the rest of the team. So the improvement that we made from week 1 to week 2, if we make that same improvement again, we'll be just fine today.
So a couple injuries, one in the secondary, Justice Redmond out today. But seeing your team play here week 1, it seems like depth is not really all that much of an issue, especially back there in the secondary. A lot of guys that can make plays. Who are you hoping to see step up today in the secondary?
Well, what I like about our program is that we don't have a massive drop-off. When one guy that is listed on paper as a starter and he steps out, the drop isn't so tremendous that now we got to mask and hide and the program's going to shut down. So you're going to be calling several different names, so rather than relying on one guy, we got some things in the mix, some different packages that you'll see to handle any deficiencies we may have with Justice out.
So lastly, on the defensive line, it seems like any given week somebody's going to step up. Last week it was James Laycock, especially with that added attention on Robert Dorsey. What kind of strength does that give you coming into this game, knowing now that 2 or 3 guys are going to make plays up front?
And, that was the plan going into the season, was to get the rest of the defensive line to understand if you're going to have 2 or 3 men assigned to block Robert Dorsey, there are a lot of opportunities for one-on-one battles. And if you can win those battles, you're going to rack up a lot of accolades. And sure enough, last week it happened to be Laycock that came through. And today it may be him again, and it may be somebody else, but we shall find out.
All right, good luck today, Coach.
Okay, appreciate it. Thank you.
Ryan Wilkes here with head coach of the Tornadoes, Bill Cayatt, ahead of kickoff between Brevard and Erskine.
I've taken jumps in my academic career, and I've taken jumps in just socializing and getting out and getting to do things I've never done before.
The thing that brought me to Brevard is the experiential learning. I've always been a hands-on guy.
I love it here at Brevard. Over Christmas break, I was itching to come back because I love the area so much.
Experiential learning here is beyond all of my expectations.
Brevard College, a top choice for students around the world.
Welcome back to Ives Lamel Family Field ahead of kickoff between Brevard and Erskine as the Tornadoes look to pick up a quality win today over a Division II opponent. Before we continue here on the pregame show, I want to take a second to thank our corporate sponsors. On behalf of over 500 student athletes, we would like to take this opportunity to recognize and thank all corporate sponsors for their generous support of Brevard College athletics for the 2025-26 season. This year's sponsors of Brevard College athletics include Biltmore Church, Bojangles, BSN Sports, Cannon Roofing, Comporium, Earthling Coffee, Hampton Inn, Jets Pizza, Movement Bank, UNC Health Party, Pepsi, Pinnacle Bank, Transylvania Treasures, Young Transportation, and Zaxby's. So you just heard from head coach Bill Cayatt and what he had to say ahead of today's game. And, Rick, we had that conversation with him the other day as well. What are some things that stood out to you in that conversation with Bill?
Well, I thought I really I look forward to those. Bill is quite eloquent and explains things real well. And what I walked away with that you had talked about is the fact that they went out there with a game plan, and he has, every time he goes out, he's got an idea. I love the fact that there is everybody who is a receiver is eligible and to get the ball. There is not a play out there where they'll run something to kind of deceive them, and the guy doesn't run as much. He's just out there to be there. No. Everybody is eligible. They're all out there and you never know. You may just turn around and the ball's in your face, even though you're the third person in there to be checked down to. And Bill talked about that quite a bit. He talks about how good the receivers are. We're really impressed with the running backs. He's got a full capacity of those. He talked about that. And the new young man that he has coming in, we're going to be keeping our eye on. And he was, and you talked about him earlier.
Yeah, and on that point of wide receivers, he called them RFNs. He said they have no RFNs, which means run for nothing routes out on the field. Everybody knows that they could get the ball at any given time, and I think that's why you see 5 receivers with 2 catchers or more this season. It's Adam Douglas that leads that room with 7. But a lot of receivers getting the ball in the slot and out wide for the Tornadoes this season. I want to talk a little bit about the defense.
Yep.
And James Laycock, USA South Defensive Player of the Week, after his performance, had a pair of sacks against Sewanee in Sewanee, Tennessee over the weekend, and he had a really impressive performance. And that continues to build on the points that he's had about that defensive line. Obviously, the focus is on Robert Dorsey, but it seems like a lot of guys can contribute. It was Laycock last week. We'll see who it is this week. Rick, how important is that to have other contributors on the defensive line outside of just the obvious Robert Dorsey?
Very true. And then what I'm going to be watching today is the play of the offensive line. Erskine has a large defensive line, and it's going to be interesting to watch these young men handle that. I think they're very capable. I don't want to sit here and tell you that I think that the size is going to in any way intimidate them. But these are big kids. The line's big kids.
And now we'll take a look at the starting lineups. First, we'll talk the Erskine offense ahead of today's matchup between the Tornadoes and the Flying Fleet. First at the offensive line, Rick, you mentioned it, some big boys on that offensive line. A left tackle, number 55, Hart Cushman, 6'1", 275. Left guard, number 70, Max Garrido. He's 6'2", 270. The center, Jaquez Randolph, 6', 260. At right guard, 58, Scout Har at 6'5", 300 pounds. And at right tackle is number 76, Tyson Chadwick, 6'5", 265. So as you go left to right, certainly get bigger as you go that direction. And at wide receiver, the guy that has been the main target for quarterback Ryan Kilmer, number 9, Rod Sean Tonk Dorsey, 6'5", 210. Some size out wide for the freshman quarterback Kilmer, standing 6'6", 190. The freshman has been impressive so far this year. He does have 3 interceptions to his name, but has thrown for 250 yards and 2 touchdowns so far this year. The other wide receiver out wide is Taylor Rhodes, the 6'1", 190-pound junior. He has 6 catches on the season. The wide receiver 3, number 1, Sia Mack. He'll be Another option for Kilmer in the backfield, it's number 19, Aiden Kanzider, and the tight end, number 10, Caden Sowers. Now we'll take a look at the Erskine defense coming into this contest, a group that's given up a lot of points, but again, against some quality opponents. The safety, number 12, Andrew Melton. 3 safeties to start the game for Erskine with number 29, Keaton Cooley, and number 2, Landon Ziegler. The corner at number 13, Jashawn Dorsey, and the other slot corner, number 16, Quadir Scott. The linebackers, number 4, Jeremy Bland, number 33, Cole Johnson, and number 15, Gary Maddox III. On the defensive line, it looks like only 3 to start the game. Up front, number 99, Derek Simon Jr., 6'3", 265. The defensive tackle, number 92, Tyrani McGowan, 5'10", 295 there in the middle. And then the defensive end at 6'1", 225, number 5, Garrick Schwartz. So that's the Erskine offense and defense. Rick, on the point that we talked about, they're pretty big across the board.
Yeah, they are. But we've seen an offensive line mature through the first 2 games. They really worked hard. Think about it. The coach was out there to throw the ball, and he didn't have to. They ran. They opened up the holes in the backs, saw them. It's all good, and I'm hoping we see that continue today.
Now flipping to Brevard's offense, we saw them here week 1 against Kentucky Christian, excuse me. The left tackle, number 70, Garrett Hall, standing 6'4", 300. And Brody Lindsay, the left guard, number 77, 6'4", 310. So some size up front again for the Tornadoes. And the freshman wearing number 61 today, Bryce Shoemake. Coach Cayatt was really high on his progression through the first couple games of this season. The right guard, number 68, Bernard Wirtz, and the right tackle, number 62, Willie Morton Jr. So some size up front for the Tornadoes, too, to try and match up with the Erskine defensive line, who is obviously pretty big as well. Really interested to see the matchup today up front. And the wide receiver one, who has certainly been that this year for the Tornadoes, number 1, Adam Douglas, 7 receptions for 91 yards. He's really stood out as a senior contributor this year for the Tornadoes. The quarterback, can't stop talking about him. Number 4, Ethan Beamish, a senior out of Simpsonville, South Carolina. Ball was out of his hands a lot of the time last week just due to the running game success on the ground, but he continues to be the leader of this team. The wide receiver 2, number 3, Jack Spots, out wide for the Tornadoes. The H-back, number 27, Blake Shepard, and in the backfield for the Tornadoes, who's been really impressive this season. Both those guys have been. Number 20, Zion Fauntleroy McDaniel, and Jaden Deaton's the backup right behind him. But it's kind of the 1-2 punch there for them. And obviously the addition of Rayshawn Williams and Darius Billingsley will help back there as well. And rounding out the offense is number 81, Josh Quinn, the tight end. So we'll take a look now at the Brevard defense. A couple injuries in the secondary. Justice Redmond will be out today, so likely Dre Burton will be stepping into that starting cornerback role. Jalen Brown, the safety, number 5. The other safety, number 14, Carter Rollerson, the cornerback. Number 11, Jermari McDaniel. The linebackers, number 2, Bailey Ramey, 5'10", 210. Good size in the linebacker role. Number 40, Samuel Grimes. The other linebacker, and Mason Tanner, number 13, will be the right side linebacker. The defensive end, Robert Dorsey. Number 15 gets a start at DE. And number 70, Cameron Eubanks, back this week at defensive tackle. 6'3", 300 is Eubanks, and he will surely be an impact up the middle today. The other tackle, number 0, Obadiah Grimes, and the defensive end, number 23, Christian Brown. So that rounds out our starting lineups today. We're going to take one more quick break, quickly talk some keys to the game, and be ready for kickoff. We'll be right back.
Over 125 years, Comporium hasn't had customers. We've had neighbors, friends, and a community we're proud to serve. Because for us, it's personal. We live, work, and raise our families right alongside you. So yes, we deliver lightning-fast speeds and reliable service, but more than that, we deliver commitment. Comporium, making connections that make a difference.
All right, back here at Ives Lamel Family Field, you just heard the starting lineups. You've heard from head coach Bill Cayatt. And just like that, we're about 10 minutes from kickoff. Ryan Wilkes and Rick Green taking you through all your coverage today here from Ives Lamel Family Field before Brevard and Erskine take the field this afternoon. I want to take a second to extend a special thank you to our premier game day sponsor, Pepsi. Be sure to fuel up on Pepsi products today at the concession stand. Pepsi, born in the Carolinas. So, Rick, we're talking about keys to the game now between both teams, and you mentioned during the break, Coach Cayatt said if Ethan Beamish didn't have any touchdowns, he wouldn't like our chances, but that wasn't the case last week.
No, he said if you'd have looked at the sheet and saw that Beamish had no touchdowns, you'd have thought, well, we got beat. But no, he still throws. He had the receivers. Everybody had a good game. There was nothing in the end zone for Beamish because the running game was so strong, and it kept the other team at bay. And I'm hoping we see that continue today.
I think it was a perfect storm last week for the Tornadoes ahead of a Division II opponent to show that both the running game and the passing game can be impacts on the game. And I think that makes preparation pretty difficult for this Erskine squad coming into a hostile Ives Lamel Family Field. As you see, a really good crowd today, Rick, and a lot of people adhering to the blackout theme. I was interested to see how that was going to go, and it seems like it's been playing pretty well here this afternoon. Good crowd on the Erskine side as well. Rick, defensively, talking containing Rodshon Tonk Dorsey, who 6'5", 210. He has 13 catches for 132 yards and a touchdown this season, averaging over 10 yards a catch. What do the Tornadoes need to do to shut him down this afternoon?
Well, I think that one of the keys is going to be putting pressure on the quarterback. They have a good line. We have strong defensive ends and linebackers, a lot of speed. I think they've got to be effective to contain the quarterback. He did throw the ball, but he didn't throw it a whole lot, but it wasn't anything spectacular. We talk about the wide receivers. They're out there, but I really think we're going to be successful if our linemen can really and linebackers can put the pressure on them.
Yeah, and Kentucky Christian, when they came to town a couple weeks ago, it was not the initial route that was open. It was the improvisation of the quarterback, Jackson Wasick, in the opener, and Bill talked about that. He basically said, what percentage of plays are open initially compared to when a quarterback escapes the pocket and his receivers are kind of able to freestyle a little bit. And I think that's a key today for the Brevard defense is just limit the scrambles, limit the opportunities downfield on maybe not the initial route, but the improvisation on the back end by those wide receivers, because it's a lot to ask out of your defensive backs to keep up with a wide receiver who's just running circles trying to get open. So I think if Brevard can keep Ryan Kilmer in the pocket, it will have success today as the Tornadoes enter the field, welcomed by a great home crowd here at Ives Lamel Family Field. The Tornadoes in the silver lids and the black uniforms this afternoon. Erskine getting ready to enter the field as well. We'll take another quick break and be back with a brief talk before we get ready for the national anthem and kickoff. We'll be right back.
I've taken jumps in my academic career, and I've taken jumps in just socializing and getting out and getting to do things I've never done before.
The thing that brought me to Brevard is the experiential learning. I've always been a hands-on guy.
I love it here at Brevard. Over Christmas break, I was itching to come back because I love the area so much.
Experiential learning here is beyond all of my expectations.
Brevard College, a top choice for students around the world.
Welcome back to Ives Lamel Family Field. We're about 6 minutes away from kickoff. We'll have one more little segment here before we have the national anthem. You see the captains for the Tornadoes, Ethan Beamish, Obadiah Grimes, Brody Lindsay, and Bailey Ramey left to right. Those four getting ready to enter to the midfield stripe to do the coin toss and all the pregame proceedings before we're ready to go. Fans, if you have not joined the Tornado Club, you are missing out. Not only are you supporting over 500 student athletes and 20 sports, the value is unbeatable. As a Tornado Club member, you receive all sport passes that get you into every ticketed athletic contest, Reserved parking and access to the hospitality area where you can enjoy a pregame meal before every home varsity football game. Go to bctornadoes.com and become a Tornado Club member today. So, Rick, any last thoughts before this contest between the Tornadoes and the Flying Fleet?
I'm always impressed when we line up on the field before the kickoff and the coin toss of how many gentlemen are dressed to play. And I think that's going to be a major advantage today for us. And they're going to be trying, the other team is obviously going to try some stuff that will give us some fits, but I don't see it at this point. They're just, it's going to be hard for them to get to our quarterback, I think, because I'm thinking that the team is really still very motivated after last week's win.
Yeah, last week was certainly a nice bounce-back win for the Tornadoes. If you missed it, Brevard pulled to 500 after 2 games with a win over Sewanee and a 26-10 victory over the Tigers, and getting ready to play the Flying Fleet this afternoon. Rick, I'm really excited about what the running back room can continue to provide, especially with the addition of Huntington transfer Rayshawn Williams.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. He had been didn't get a chance to play in the first 2 games, but he's out there today. Coach is excited about having him on the field, and we're looking forward to that.
All right, we're going to have the invocation, the national anthem, then we'll be ready for kick on the other side.
Over 125 years, Comporium hasn't had customers. We've had neighbors, friends, and a community we're proud to serve. Because for us, it's personal. We live, work, and raise our families right alongside you. So yes, we deliver lightning-fast speeds and reliable service, but more than that, we deliver commitment. Comporium, making connections that make a difference.
All right, about a minute and a half before kickoff here at Ives Lamel Family Field, the Tornadoes and the Erskine Flying Fleet live from Ives Lamel Family Field here in Brevard, North Carolina. The drum line's ready to go. Fans are ready to go. And Rick, I'd say you and I are ready to go as well.
And we are, and we want to kind of bring the fans out there up to date. The Flying Fleet was a name that they acquired from a newspaper writer back in the late 20s, early 30s, and the folks kind of bid into it and thought it was a great idea, and so they changed from their previous name to that, and they have been that ever since. And it's quite unique, no doubt.
Yeah, for sure. Erskine certainly has some history behind that name. Not a common name at all. No. And a pretty cool name that the Erskine Flying Fleet have, as the Tornadoes will get ready to kick it away. As Brevard and Erskine on the field, ready to kick off. Vandergrift will kick it away for the Tornadoes. as we get ready to roll this afternoon. Clock ticking down almost to 0, and we're about ready for football. Erskine in the gold lids with the white jerseys with gold number and lettering on the front and the back uniforms with the maroon pants, and Brevard in the surprising look, the black uniforms. I had no idea. Bill Cayatt said he kept it a secret for a reason. And the Tornadoes with the silver lids, the black uniforms with the white numbering and lettering outlined by the Brevard blue, and the stripes on the shoulders, as we're just about ready to go. Kick sent away. It's a short one to the up man at the 14-yard line. It's fielded, taken across the 25. Ball's out. Fumble recovered by the Tornadoes. It's Zion Fauntleroy McDaniel on the ball, and the Tornadoes create an instant turnover, and Brevard will be set up in the Erskine red zone.
What a start. Great start for the Tornadoes. They come in, and they are right there, ready to go. They're on the 30, the 27, and we're getting excited. This certainly sets the tone.
That was actually Eli Ray who jumped on the fumble. That was a guy Bill Cayatt was excited about this week, and he makes an impact immediately. Ethan Beamish under the gun, ZFM in the backfield. 2 receivers split out right for the Tornadoes on the opening play of the game. Handoff goes Fauntleroy McDaniel. He'll push forward for a couple yards, tackled by a host of Flying Fleet defenders for a gain of about 2 or 3 down to the 25-yard line, 2nd and 7.
Well, and if you're Erskine, they're going to be, having seen the game last week, they're going to be trying to stop the run. That's 100% what their focus is at the moment.
Yeah, 46 carries all in all for the Tornadoes last week, over 200 yards of offense on the ground as Beamish in the gun, ZFM to the right hip. 2 receivers out right, Douglas out to the left. Shywan Grant comes in motion. Beamish takes the snap, 2-step drop. Now he'll try to escape up the middle. He's hit as he throws, floats to the sideline, nobody home. Intended for Shywan Grant. Landon Ziegler was there on the coverage, and it's 3rd and 8. Good response from the Erskine defense after coughing up the opening kick. As the clock stops at 14:10 to go in the first quarter. No score between Erskine and Brevard. Jeremiah Lane comes in the contest. The speedster brings out Shywan Grant, the freshman, who heads to the sideline. As Beamish breaks the huddle, important 3rd down and 8. Brevard looking to capitalize on an early mistake. This time Lane sets up in the backfield on the left hip of Beamish. Fauntleroy McDaniel out left, as well as Josh Quinn with Adam Douglas split out to the wide side left. Lane in motion, a shovel pass up the middle. That's Fauntleroy McDaniel. He breaks a tackle, and he's spilled down by Ziegler ahead of the 1st down marker. 1st down Tornadoes.
Great run. Good blocking up front. As I'm watching the center, he really moved that big middle guard out of the way, allowing the run to succeed.
Extremely creative play design there on 3rd and 8. The shovel pass up the middle as ZFM was set out in tight formation the right side. Now 2 receivers out right, Douglas and Taylor with Shywan Grant out left, Fauntleroy McDaniel in the backfield. Handoff goes up the middle. He's stuffed right there near the line of scrimmage. As a tackle was made by John Howard up the middle. And it's a short gain, about 2 yards to the 14. And it sets up 2nd and 8.
Yes, indeed. Let's see where what we're looking at here.
Lane in the backfield again on the right hip of Beamish. It's something we haven't seen yet this season. Barnett, Taylor, and Grant outright as Lane goes in motion, set up next to Douglas. Beamish 2-step drop, pressure comes, throw out left. Lane was there, but it's wide as Beamish was hit as he threw.
Kind of had to hurry the throw there as he felt the pressure coming in, but that came from the outside. Not that we're surprised, but as we said, they're going to try. The more we run the ball, the better the pass game will be.
Gary Maddox III was there with the pressure, the coverage applied by Landon Ziegler, who's done a nice job on the outside covering duties for Erskine here on this first drive. Another 3rd and 8 for Brevard. It converted the last 3rd down and medium. Looking to do so again right here. Beamish in the gun. ZFM to his left hip. In motion is Taylor. Beamish takes a snap. 2-step drop. Has Fauntleroy McDaniel open in the flat. He takes it across the 10, and he's spilled down at about the 9-yard line, which will be short of a 1st down. It's going to be 3rd and about 4.
Good pass by Beamish. Focused in, got the receiver who had just gotten a little separation.
Looks like Vandergriff is in for the field goal here for the Tornadoes. It's going to be about a 26-yarder. Snaps back, holds down, kick is up, and it is no good to the right. And Erskine comes up with a big stop after Brevard took over at the Erskine 27 on the fumbled kickoff return. Brevard comes out empty on its first drive. We'll keep it right here as we talk the quick change on the opening kickoff, but Brevard comes up empty on its first drive of the game.
Yeah, but still a lot of faith in the kicking game. We keep seeing changes, and hey, we're gonna come back and win on that. That's unfortunate early, but keep your eye on them.
It's a 1st and 10, Flying Fleet from their own 20-yard line. Kilmer in the gun with Kylan Simmons to his right hip. 3 out to the right, 1 out wide side left. Kilmer puts a man in motion. It's T. Sellers coming across the formation. Kilmer takes the snap, play action. He drops the throw, fires deep. He has a man, and it's caught across the 50. McDaniel brings him down, but a big gainer for Erskine on its first offensive play of the game.
Yes, indeed.
Josh Brown made the catch, and into Brevard territory are the Flying Fleet at Brevard's 42-yard line, 1st and 10.
Quite the throw on. They had it picked out. That's where they were going from the get-go. Let's see what they do this time.
1st and 10, Erskine, 11:42 on a moving clock here in this first quarter. Kilmer in the gun, Simmons in the backfield. One receiver split out to the left, to the wide side right. Kilmer play action, throws left side off the hands of Brown. That time incomplete. Maybe a bit of a broken play. It looked like Simmons came to the wrong side of Kilmer. There was nobody home on the play action read. And it's 2nd and 10 with the clock stopped at 11:31.
Yeah, right through his hands. Over by the sideline again. It looks like that was the intended receiver on the play. We'll see if they go back to him again.
2 receivers out to the left, and the 6'5" Talk Dorsey split out to the right. Kilmer takes his snap, hands off Simmons up the middle. He's stuffed. I think Robert Dorsey was first there, and he was helped out by Obadiah Grimes, and it's a loss of 1. Actually, it'll stay at the line of scrimmage. Nonetheless, 3rd and long for the Flying Fleet.
Well done by the defensive line. Dorsey, heck of a play. Wrapped him up.
3rd and 10 from the 42. Brevard's defense trying to get off the field after a big pass play on the first play from scrimmage for the Flying Fleet. Kilmer in the gun, running back with him in the backfield. 2 to the right, 2 to the wide side left for Kilmer. Play action, he drops back, pressure coming in, throw across the middle, it's caught. Breaking a tackle is the receiver, and he's cut down. That's Dorsey across the 35 to the 31, and it's 1st down yardage for Erskine on a 3rd down conversion.
Throwing to the receiver underneath the coverage. That had great success there, but the defense came in, caught the guy, the gentleman, and he didn't go anywhere once he was in their grasp.
Antonio King and Carter Rollerson there on the stop as Erskine sets up 1st and 10 at Brevard's 31-yard line. Kilmer in the shotgun, 3 split out to the left with a running back in the backfield. Swing pass out left, it goes to Dorsey. He has space on the left side, hurdles a defender. He was cut down by Dre Burton, and it's a short gain of about 4 to set up 2nd and 6.
Yeah, he went straight to the side. They seem to think they can get outside on us and on the Tornadoes, and we'll keep an eye on that too.
First quarter clock under 10 minutes to go as Kilmer looks to the sideline to get the call. 2 receivers going to be to the right with Logan Coldren in the backfield with Kilmer. 1 receiver to the left with the play clock under 5 seconds. Kilmer in the gun. Takes a snap. He'll hand off Coldren. He's swallowed in the backfield. There's Robert Dorsey to make the play, and it's going to set up 3rd and 8 on a 2-yard loss.
Great defensive play. They can't seem to run the ball. into the line. They've got him. They've wrapped him up right away. Good play by the defense.
There's Dorsey. We've seen him called his name twice already today on just the first drive of the ball game, and another third down here. Let's see if Brevard can stop the Flying Fleet here and maybe force a punt. Actually, might be go for it territory here on the 29-yard line. We'll see. As Kilmer takes a shotgun snap, play action, drops a pass. Laycock bringing the pressure. He throws deep. It's broken up, incomplete in the end zone. Great defense by Burton and Brandon Broughton in the end zone to break that pass up, and it sets up 4th and 8.
Great defense there, and that is a tall receiver, and they were a little bit outsized, but they came in there, defended it well. No reception. That's what you're looking for. Let's see what they're going to do here. They're going to kick. They're going to go for it.
It looks like the offense is staying on the field deep in Brevard's territory at the Tornadoes' 29-yard line. Kilmer in the shotgun with 2 receivers to the right and 1 split out to the wide side left. Play clock under 10 seconds. Kilmer takes a snap, play action, looking long, fires long, has a receiver, and it's caught for a touchdown. That's Josh Brown in the end zone as Kilmer connects for a 29-yard score, and it's 6-0 Flying Fleet pending the extra point.
Yep, wide open is a term that Boyd will come to mind on that play. He had gotten the separation and had immediately got out there all alone.
Keegan Moran on for the extra point. He's 3 for 3 on PATs this year. Snap back, hold us down, kick is up, and the kick is good. So a 3rd and long conversion for the Erskine offense, and then a 4th and 8 touchdown from Kilmer to Josh Brown opens the scoring. 7-0 Flying Fleet. We'll take a brief 30-second break and be right back.
I've taken jumps in my academic career, and I've taken jumps in just socializing and getting out and getting to do things I've never done before.
The thing that brought me to Brevard is the experiential learning. I've always been a hands-on guy.
I love it here at Brevard. Over Christmas break, I was itching to come back because I love the area so much.
Experiential learning here is beyond all of my expectations.
Brevard College, a top choice for students around the world.
All right, 7-0 Flying Fleet on a 29-yard touchdown connection between Ryan Kilmer and Josh Brown as Keegan Moran on to do the kickoff duties. A.J. Hill and Jeremiah Lane back to receive as it's a high kick to A.J. Hill at about the 11-yard line. He fields, takes it right side, cuts it back across the middle, spin moves out of a tackle, but he's taken down by a couple Erskine kickoff coverage specialists at about the 28-yard line. And it'll be 1st and 10 Brevard at the 28 or 29. We'll see where they spot it. Nonetheless, 1st down Brevard on its 2nd drive of the game.
Hey, he took it right up the middle. I thought we might see him go outside a little on that run, but he evidently saw something. Not a bad return.
8:33 on the first quarter clock. It is 7-0 Flying Fleet with Ethan Beamish setting up in the gun. Zion Fauntleroy McDaniel on his right hip. Grant and Taylor, actually Deaton out to the left. He comes in motion. Jet sweep play action. Beamish fires left side. He has a man, but it's dropped by Zion Fauntleroy McDaniel. And it'll be 2nd and 10. Ethan Knox was on his hip, but Fauntleroy McDaniel looked like he might have been able to turn the corner there if he would have hauled that football in. Nonetheless, it'll be 2nd and 10 Tornadoes. Second down and 10 from the Tornadoes' own 28-yard line as Beamish breaks the huddle. 8:29. Clock is stopped here in the first quarter with Douglas split out to the right. 3 receivers in a tight formation on the left. Taylor comes in motion. Beamish takes a shotgun snap, 2-step drop. He fires to Taylor on the right side. It's caught for about a 5 or 6 yard gain across the 33 to the 34-yard line. And it'll set up 3rd and manageable.
Well done by Beamish. He's, as the coach says, the yards are going to be, that may not always be the number 1 receiver, but in the ball, and we talked about it earlier, everybody is eligible and runs. That's their whole offensive theory behind it. I'm watching the linemen, and they are changing their blocking schemes every play.
Beamish takes the snap. He'll fire to the left this time. ZFM makes the catch. Big hit at the 36 or 37-yard line, and he stopped short of a first down by Ethan Knox. Good open field tackle for Knox, and it'll be 4th and 2. It looks like Sammy Vargas is going to come in to punt it away.
Yeah, good defense there by Erskine. They really had to. That was a hard hit, as you so noted, Ryan. And we're going to see how we can we pin them back further again.
Sia Mack is back to receive the punt from Sammy Vargas. We saw him take off on a fake punt against Kentucky Christian. A little early in the ballgame to consider that, only being down a touchdown, as now he takes a snap with 2 seconds on the play clock. A good spiraling punt to Mack, who lets it bounce. It takes a neutral bounce there across the 30-yard line. I think it will be spotted right at the 30 for Erskine on its second drive. Rick will keep it right here as we talk some of the trends so far. Brevard got a break there to start the game. A fumble on the kickoff, big hit that caused that fumble. Wasn't able to do anything on the first drive, as you see the ball now spotted at the 33, so not as good of a bounce as I had initially thought. Nonetheless, Erskine will set up in its own half.
Well, that's probably the finest punt we've seen this season here at home by the Tornadoes.
So Kilmer back in the game at quarterback. He has a wide receiver split out to the left, 2 to the wide side right. Sowers, the tight end, comes in motion with Simmons on the right hip in the backfield. Play action, he looks to throw, he fires left, has a receiver, it's caught, but good tackle out there in the flat. I think it was Dre Burton there on the tackle, and it was. He spins down the Erskine wide receiver for a short gain. As Tonk Dorsey has himself another reception. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Great tackle by the defensive back who came up on that quickly. Let's see if they pick that up again. And that was, as we said, they're going to come out throwing, and I think they've done a little bit of talking about that on the sideline.
Kilmer back in the shotgun. He pulls out of the stomach of the running back. Aaron throws it, picked. No, the Erskine receiver wins the tug of war and pulls it in. It looked like the defensive back, Quintrell Bowman, actually the linebacker, had his hands on it first, but Josh Brown ripped it away, and it'll be first down yardage for the Flying Fleet.
Yeah, the defensive back had it, and there's no doubt about it. It was right in their hands. Got to just can't get it up.
Kilmer was hit as he threw, and it was a fluttering ball that Brown snatched out of the hands of Bowman. And it's first down, Erskine at the 45. Snap taken by Kilmer, hands off Simmons. Simmons has room across the 50, and he leaps to the 45-yard line of the Tornadoes, and it's just enough for a first down as Brandon Broughton stopped him right at the 45. 5.5 minutes in the moving clock in this first quarter. Erskine moving the football once again back into Brevard territory.
Good run by Erskine there. That's probably their biggest run of the game, as he just got ahead of steam and just took off. And let's see how we defend that now here at the Tornadoes.
Kilmer back in the gun. He's got Tonk Dorsey split out to the right. One receiver to the left as Brown comes in motion to the right side. Cauldron on his left hip. He hands it to Cauldron, who gets some room, follows his blockers, and takes a Brevard defender across the 40 to the 38-yard line. That was Quintrell Bowman, who had the ankles of Cauldron, and it's going to be short of a first down, about 4 yards to go at the 39-yard line, 2nd and 4 for the Flying Fleet.
The Fleet running out there sent everybody. It was freight train right leading the blocking.
2 receivers out to the right. It's Brown and Rhodes, with Tonk Dorsey split out to the left. Cauldron on the left or right hip of Kilmer as he takes the snap. Hands off Cauldron again. Gets across the 35. He's got room across the 25. Breaks a tackle. Spins out of the tackle. McDaniel stiff arms at the 5, and he's in for a touchdown. A 39-yard run for Logan Cauldron. He just kept on shedding bodies on his way to the end zone. Touchdown Flying Fleet, and it's 13-0 pending the extra point.
You summed it up very well, Ryan. He just kept spinning away. The Tornadoes could not wrap him up. Every time they'd touch him, he'd just go a different way and get away from them.
Really shifty stuff from Cauldron as he finds the end zone from 39 yards out. And Moran will set up for the extra point with 4:13 to go in the first quarter. Snap is back, hold is down, kick is up, and it is good. Got the replay of that touchdown run from Coldren. As you see, he just kept breaking tackles, got it out of the arms of McDaniel, spun at the 10-yard line, stiff-armed at the 5, and found his way home. 14-0 Erskine after the momentum was swinging the way of the Tornadoes. We'll take a 15-second break and bring it back after that.
Bow time. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner, the Carolina legend can make your tailgate a winner. We're talking crispy chicken, made from scratch buttermilk biscuits, and all the fixins to feed your crew faster than you can say touchdown. Let Bojangles do the cooking. Order your tailgate today. It's bow time.
And we are back here at Ives Lamel Family Field. Brevard finds itself in an early hole, 14-0. Still plenty of time to go in this game. But, Rick, it seems like Brevard needs to get something going offensively pretty quickly here.
Yeah, and I think their defense needs to strengthen. We've talked about the fact that you can't just touch somebody and think they're going to go down. You got to wrap them up, and they started off well with that. But the last series kind of let them down. They let it down a little bit. Nice run.
Yeah, A.J. Hill took that kick that went all the way back to the goal line, across the 20-yard line of the 21, where he was cut down. And it'll be first down, Brevard, with 4:08 to go here in the first quarter. Erskine's thrown the first 2 punches with a couple of long plays, a 29-yard touchdown pass to Josh Brown and the 39-yard run for Logan Coldren. That puts Brevard in a 14-0 hole. Rick, I think limiting the big plays is going to be the focus moving forward.
Most certainly. They've got to stop that.
Beamish is under center, 2 receivers to the right. Shepard in the backfield as the H-back, and Billingsley behind Beamish. Billingsley takes a handoff. He tries to take to the right side, and he's tackled by a host of Flying Fleet across the 27, or across the 24 to about the 24-yard line. It'll be
Tornado,
2nd and 7.
Tornado line pushing the defenders to the right, kept that wall going for the running back to get behind.
Clock under 4 minutes to go here in the first quarter. 2nd and 7 for the Tornadoes offense as Beamish heads back under center. Grant out to the left, Douglas and Quinn to the right side as Quinn motions to the left. Now Shepard in motion as well. Beamish drops back, hands off to Billingsley. He tries to break it outside again and can't do so. He's spun down right there at the 24-yard line. No gain, and it'll be a 3rd down and 7 to go. Not much going in the run game right now for the Tornadoes as Deaton will check in for Billingsley and a couple more subs with Barnett and Reggie Taylor II coming back on the field in a pretty obvious passing situation here in 3rd and 7.
And they've got a whole new strategy here with the offensive set with a different set of wide receivers out there. It'll be interesting to see how this works out.
3 receivers to the wide side right. Douglas split out to the left. Beamish takes a 2-step drop, fires right side. Quickly he had Deaton and he had room, but he can't come up with the catch. 4th down and 7.
Beamish put a lot of fire on that ball, hit the receiver right in the hands. He just couldn't hold on to it.
And Deaton might still be running if he held on to that one. And it'll be 4th and 7. Tornadoes, Sammy Vargas back out to punt. And no returner yet out there for Erskine. As now you see Sia Mack trotting out from the sideline. He'll set up at about the 45-yard line to field this kick from Sammy Vargas. Play clock under 10 seconds. So Tornadoes line up to kick it away. Snap back to Vargas. It's a good snap. He gets the kick away. It's a high spiraling kick that backs up Mack to the 35. He calls a fair catch. And it's caught safely at the 34. Rick, the highlight so far today, maybe not the best thing as a Tornado fan, but Sammy Vargas has really had 2 nice kicks so far.
Yes, he has. But you're reading my mind there, Ryan. He has put 2 good punts out there and even had them have to go back and take a fair catch on that one. It was so high.
Big situation for the Tornado defense here to try and keep this a 2-score game. Erskine leading 14-0 over Brevard as Kilmer sets up. Actually, he's just coming in from the sideline. He's under center now with Kylan Simmons in the backfield. Actually, it's Simmons in the gun. I believe. Can't see his number. It might also be Braylon Boyd. I think that's who it is. I think Boyd is the quarterback to start this drive as he takes the snap, cuts back across the field. He has some room across the 35, now across the 40, and he's cut down and out of bounds by Eric Westry at the 46-yard line. It'll be a first down for Boyd on the scramble.
That was an interesting play selection. Let's see if they go back to the quarterback.
Looks like Braylon Boyd will stay in the game as he looks to the sideline for the call. Clock spirals to about 2 minutes to go in this first quarter. 14-0 Flying Fleet and nearing midfield on their third drive of the game. 3 receivers to the right, Boyd in the shotgun. As he puts Mack in motion, snap goes by Boyd. He's going to have to go back to retrieve it, and he's able to hop on it, but it'll be deep back in Flying Fleet territory inside the 25 at the 22. Costly mistake for the Flying Fleet right there.
Miscommunication between the center and the quarterback as he wasn't quite ready. And it's having a different quarterback in there might do that to you. Different cadence, that kind of thing. But he just went right past him, and the ball goes way back to the 22.
2nd and 33 to go at the 22-yard line. Rick, this might be a situation where the Tornadoes pass rush might try to pin its ears back and make something happen here with Kilmer back in the game. Simmons on the right hip. Dorsey out to the right as Simmons goes in motion. Kilmer swing pass. Nobody home there as Simmons reached out his arms, and it wasn't even close. And it's 3rd and 33.
Yeah, that actually scared him a little bit because that ball almost looked like a lateral.
Game clock under a minute to go here in this first quarter, 57.6 to be exact. And Erskine might just run it up the middle here on 3rd and 34. Actually, he puts the running back Coldren in motion. It's going to be a tunnel screen pass to Siah Mack. He breaks loose. He's got one man to beat, and he's cut down by DJ Stevenson on potentially a touchdown-saving tackle for the Tornadoes, and it'll be 4th and long. Wow, Rick, that was very important. Stevenson was the last guy to beat.
Yep.
And Mack would still be running right now if he did not make that tackle.
Great play by the defense. They really were trying to. The punter's out there.
Ethan Miller's going to punt it away here as about 8-second differential between the game clock and the play clock. And a crucial stop for the Brevard defense, helped out a little bit by an errant snap to kind of break up that drive. Miller sends away the punt. There's a flag down as the punt is sent away. Jeremiah Lane will field. He'll take it across the 25, tries to cut back at the 30, and he is drilled at the 27-yard line. Flags down back at the 40-yard line, and it looks like an illegal formation on the Flying Fleet. And I think Brevard will likely decide to keep the result of that punt as the formation call ready to be delivered by the head official. So the illegal formation penalty will be tacked on to the end of the run. So I think it'll put the Tornadoes at the 32 or the 33-yard line. Actually make it the 34, where the Tornadoes will set up shop 1st and 10 with 2.5 seconds left to go in the first quarter. So one play, and we'll go to a quarter break here at Islamel Family Field. Beamish is under center. Jaden Deaton in the backfield along with Blake Shepard. Adam Douglas comes in motion. Beamish takes a snap, hands off Deaton, goes left side. He has some room to the 40, and he's cut down at about the 39 by Landon Ziegler. That'll take us to the quarter break. It's been all Flying Fleet in the first frame, 14-0 Erskine. But Brevard with the ball coming out of the break, 2nd and 5 from the 40. When we come back, we'll take a break and rejoin you here out of the quarter break.
Over 125 years, Comporium hasn't had customers. We've had neighbors, friends, and a community we're proud to serve. Because for us, it's personal. We live, work, and raise our families right alongside you. So yes, we deliver lightning-fast speeds and reliable service, but more than that, we deliver commitment. Comporium, making connections that make a difference.
Welcome back to Ives Lamel Family Field. It's 14-0 Erskine at the quarter break. Ryan Wilkes and Rick Green along with you for the coverage this afternoon. We'll take a look at some of the team stats. Erskine with 7 first downs. Brevard only with 1 so far this afternoon. 40 rushing yards for the Flying Fleet. 39 of those came on Logan Coldren's big run to make it 14-0. 5.7 yards a carry for the Flying Fleet and 113 yards through the air to Brevard's 23. Now looking at some of the individual stats here this afternoon as we get ready to go for the second quarter. Ryan Kilmore's been solid so far. 7 for 10 through the air, 113 yards and a touchdown as Brevard's back out on the field at its own 40-yard line for 2nd and 5. Quarter clock set at 15 minutes before half as Beamish under center, a wide receiver to the right, one split out to the left. As Shepard and Quinn come in motion, Shywan Grant comes in tight to the formation. Beamish takes the snap, hands off Deaton. Actually, that's Rayshawn Williams with the carry, and he's taken down near the 44-yard line. Rayshawn Williams, a guy that we talked about pregame who could make an impact here today, and a good run to set up 3rd and short. Keaton Cooley with the stop, and Brevard 3rd and really short here, looking to pick up a first down and keep this drive moving.
Didn't look like much, but it certainly did the job.
And it now actually looks like they're going to move the chains. So it'll be first down, Brevard, from the 44-yard line.
We'll take that.
Beamish under center, Rayshawn Williams deep in the backfield behind the Brevard quarterback. He takes a snap, hands off Williams, left side. Williams breaks loose from a couple tackles, and he's taken down at the 47, and some extracurriculars after the play, no flag, as Miles Robertson takes him down. And it'll be 2nd and about 7 or 8 yards to go.
Going to continue to run the ball, work it. And the interesting thing I'm finding is they're running up the middle, and that has got to be effective, but their size of the defensive line on the Fleet side is, that's a lot to move. That's a lot of mountains to move.
Reggie Taylor the second and Adam Douglas out to the left. One out right as he comes in motion. That's Amari Fowler as Beamish drops the throw. Looks deep. He has one deep. It's Reggie Taylor the second. He's open, but he's overthrown. And it'll be 3rd and 7. He had him. He was wide open, just a little too much on that one. And Taylor the second not able to catch up to it.
Well, that's going to make Erskine think now. That was just unbelievable. The separation he had and everything. Little, unfortunately, didn't hit the target right, but Beamish still gets it down there. Watch out. That play's coming back later in the game.
Yeah, Reggie Taylor the second beat the corner off the line of scrimmage and had a ton of room out there. Certainly a touchdown if the two connected. But it'll be 3rd and 7. Play clock under 5 seconds as Beamish has 2 backs in the backfield trying to get the Ducks in a row, as it looks like Bill Cayatt will have to burn a timeout early in the second quarter. 13:28 to play and before halftime, and likely not a situation in which you wanted to take a timeout. We'll take a quick break with them, as when we come back, it'll be 3rd and medium for the Brevard offense, looking to keep the ball moving across midfield. We'll be right back.
I've taken jumps in my academic career, and I've taken jumps in just socializing and getting out and getting to do things I've never done before.
The thing that brought me to Brevard is the experiential learning. I've always been a hands-on guy.
I love it here at Brevard. Over Christmas break, I was itching to come back because I love the area so much.
Experiential learning here is beyond all of my expectations.
Brevard College, a top choice for students around the world.
Back at Ives Lamel Family Field, 3rd and 7 for the Brevard offense. And Rick, you see stuff starting to open up for this offense. And Brevard looking to keep this drive moving, trying to cut into the deficit that sits at 14 with 13:28 to go in the second quarter.
As they continue to run the ball, the passes are going to be opening up.
One receiver out right to the left with two backs in the backfield with Ethan Beamish in the shotgun. Takes the shotgun snap, drops to throw, pressured coming. Beamish able to escape to the right. He'll fire to the right, has Quinn who catches it across the 50. And it'll be at the 48-yard line of Erskine, 4th and short. And a decision upcoming for the Brevard offense. It'll be 4th and a long 2, I believe, from the 48, and this seems like a no-brainer. This is a drive in which you've been able to build momentum. And Sammy Vargas will come out to punt. So 4th and 2, the Brevard will punt it away once again as the drive stalls out across the 50. Sia Mack back to receive the punt. Vargas takes the snap. Rush coming in, a little bit of contact, but not enough for a flag as Vargas punts it across the 20 and took an Erskine bounce back to the 20-yard line when it fell at the 15. And it will set up Erskine at its own 20. It looks like Amari Fowler is down on the turf and a flag down right at the 25-yard line. This is in the area of holding or blocking the back, something along those lines. As looks like the referee's pointing the way of the Flying Fleet as Fowler gets checked out on the turf.
Well, I will say that I'm noticing that the running backs for the Tornadoes are really doing a good job blocking on that last play. The last offensive play that went, ZFM really nailed the linebacker coming in on the blitz.
So Fowler back on his feet, able to walk on his own power back to the sideline. And it's going to be a personal foul on Erskine that'll back the Flying Fleet back up deeper into its own territory. And the Flying Fleet will set up shop in a pretty unfavorable area of the field with a 2-score lead. Brevard's defense was able to get off the field in the last drive and keep this a 2-score game, as we'll see officially where the ball is spotted to start this drive. Rick, how important is it for this defense to continue to try and get stops and keep it a 2-score game?
They've got to keep it a 2-score game, but they've got to keep working to hold them. I mean, you've got to get on the board here. It's you're in the game. You haven't played. The play hasn't been bad at all. It's just we can't get into the end zone.
So it was a 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul at the 25. It puts Erskine back at its own 10-yard line. Kilmer in the gun, Coldren on his left hip, 2 receivers out to the right for the Erskine freshman quarterback. He hands off Coldren, who has some room up the middle, but he's taken down fairly quickly for about a 3-yard gain by Obadiah Grimes and DJ Stevenson for a short gain on 1st and 10. It'll be about 2nd and 7 to go.
Good defense by the linebackers in line in there of the Tornadoes.
2nd and 7 from Erskine's 14-yard line. As the clock moves to about 12 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Erskine 14, Brevard 0 on a nice day here in Brevard, North Carolina. Kilmer in the gun, running back to his right hip. 2 split out to the right as Kilmer takes a snap. He hands off right back to Coldren, tries to break it back outside, and he's met by a pair of Tornadoes. It looks like Cameron Eubanks was there on the stop first. And it'll be 3rd and 6. Another opportunity for this defense to get off the field and maybe have good position offensively on a punt. If the defense can come through here on 3rd and about 4 or 5. Simmons into the game at running back for Ryan Kilmer, the freshman quarterback into St. Augustine, Florida, standing 6'6", 190. As he has Dorsey out to the left, 2 wide receivers split out to the wide side right. Play clock under 10 seconds. As he takes the snap, play action, looks to throw, pressure coming in, and it's Robert Dorsey who brings him down behind the line of scrimmage. It's a sack for the preseason 3rd-team All-American, as it'll be 4th and long for the Erskine Flying Fleet.
Great defensive rush by both of the defensive ends, but Dorsey was the guy who really made the play.
And he wasn't going to let him get loose. He wrapped him up and he brought him down. And it will set up the first punt for Erskine today from its own end zone. Actually, second punt, but this time much deeper. And a danger zone for Ethan Miller. Play clock under 5 seconds. And the snap goes back to Miller. It's a good snap as he sends a punt away. It's a good one to Jeremiah Lane at about the 45. He fields it on a run, takes it across the 50, across the left sideline, cuts it back to the right side. He has room. Here comes Jeremiah Lane. He's taken down at about the 39, and there's some laundry at the 23-yard line of the Flying Fleet. We'll see what the call is here, but a great return for Jeremiah Lane. If it stands, Brevard will be set up in Erskine territory.
Great run by Jeremiah Lane. That was spectacular. The special teams continue to have a good day. That was a good return by them.
See what the call is here from the official. It's a blindside block on the Tornadoes that doesn't wipe away a great return, but it sets Brevard up back in its own half.
Well, I will guarantee you that Coach Cayatt did not teach that. That was one of those plays that they know better.
Still Brevard football on its own 46. Good field position with 10-11 to go in the second quarter as this offense looks to get something moving to help out its defense, who has really stood tall in the past couple of drives. Beamish under center, Shepard and Rayshawn Williams in the backfield with 2 wide receivers out to the left. Douglas comes in motion. Handoff, actually play action. Beamish looks long. He scrambles out of the pocket, tries to fire right, and he is crushed. The ball is out, and Brevard able to recover, but Beamish down on the turf on a huge hit. He didn't even see it coming, as Skylar Vega was there to lay the boom. And Luke Foster able to recover. Ethan Beamish lost his helmet, but good to see Beamish walking off on his own power, as it looks like Colson Sigler will come in at least for a play as Beamish heads back with head trainer Michael Cabri. Sigler comes into the game after Beamish is sacked at Brevard's own 38-yard line.
Well, they looked like they had held off the defense, but the defensive end or linebacker came around back and caught Beamish, which really he did not know what was coming right there.
Second down and 18, a tight formation for the Brevard offense with Rayshawn Williams deep in the backfield. Sigler fumbles the snap. He's able to pick it up and improvise for a couple of yards to about the 41-yard line where he's dragged down. And it'll be 3rd and 15 to go. Ethan Beamish going back into the game. Good to see that for the Brevard head signal caller, as he subs back in for 3rd down and 15 to go. Clock under 9 minutes to go before halftime. The Brevard defense has held the Erskine offense on the past couple of drives. The offense still looking to get something going here about midway through the second quarter. Douglas and Grant out to the left. Foster in the formation as a tight end on the right. Rayshawn Williams in the backfield on the right hip of Beamish. Play action. Beamish drops back. He looks long. He scrambles out of the pocket. Now he fires deep. Gives Shywan Grant a chance near the sideline. Did he get a foot in? No, he did not. He hauled it in, but he was shoved out of play. Brevard's sideline looking for a flag, but is not going to get it. He gave his receiver a chance, and Grant did all he could to get a foot down, but could not on the far sideline.
That was an awesome play by Beamish. He fought to find time to find his receiver, rolled to his left, and just heaved it down there. I'm stunned that was not complete. But then again, I'm on the other side of the field.
It was a tough play for the young Grant on the far sideline. Beamish gave him a chance and was inches away from being a long pass play for the offense. Vargas into punt. Good snap. He sends away another nice kick back to Mack at the 17-yard line. He fields it's another return man for the Erskine Flying Fleet, and he takes it. Looks like Cody Scott was back there to receive the kick, and he takes it to the 20-yard line where he's taken down, and it'll be 1st and 10 Erskine at its own 20-yard line.
Yes, indeed. And again, we're making light of this, but the player of the field so far is having a great game. It's the punter.
Sammy Vargas has been very good so far, flipping field position and setting Erskine back deep in its own territory. 8:22 to go in the second quarter. It's 2 receivers in the formation to the left, 1 split out to the wide side right. Kylan Simmons in the backfield with Kilmer. He takes the snap, puts it in the stomach of Simmons, who takes it across the 20-yard line to about the 23, where Obadiah and Samuel Grimes on the stop at the 23-yard line, and it'll be 2nd and 8.
Erskine running away from Dorsey on the right side.
Dorsey's had a huge game so far. A tackle for loss and a sack that stalled the last Erskine drive. This clock spins under 8 minutes to go till halftime. 2nd and 8 for the Flying Fleet. Kilmer in the gun with Coldren on his left hip. Tonk Dorsey split out wide side to the right, 2 receivers to the left of Kilmer. He takes a snap, 2-step drop to throw. Pressure coming in. He fires across the middle. He has Brown, who runs over a defender at the 43, but Rollerson holds onto the ankles at the 43-yard line to the 44, and it's first down yardage for Kilmer, connecting with Brown once again. And it's 1st and 10, Erskine from their own 44-yard line.
And Brown is a tall target, by the way. He's 6'3", 205, but that was he just out leaps. He's easy to spot.
Mack in motion, takes the jet sweep. The speedy Mack has room across the 35 to the 40, across the 30 to 25, and he's tripped up by Rollerson inside the 20-yard line at the 15. A huge gain on the jet sweep. And Erskine back in the Brevard red zone.
Big play for the running play for Erskine there. That's their top possession so far on that. With that play.
Big gainer there, 41 yards to get it to the 15-yard line of the Tornadoes. And Erskine looking to push his lead to 3 scores. Coldren on the right hip of Kilmer, 1 receiver out to the right, to the left for the freshman quarterback. Puts Coldren on his left hip. He'll hand the ball off to him to the right side, and he is taken the boundary by Dre Burton, finished off by another Tornado there on the far sideline. It was Curtis Bowden Jr. to push him out of bounds near the 10, and will be spotted at about the 11-yard line. 2nd down for Erskine with the clock spinning towards 6 minutes to go before halftime. The Flying Fleet again deep in the Tornado red zone. Coldren in the backfield still with Kilmer. 1 receiver to the right, 2 to the left. As the play clock heads towards 10 seconds, Coldren takes a handoff up the middle, follows his blockers. He has about 5 before he's taken down by a host of Tornadoes. First there was Obadiah Grimes, and it'll be 3rd and short.
The Erskine version of the tush push there, as they all got behind the running back.
3rd down, 2 to go. 5 minutes and change left in the second quarter. 3rd and short from the Brevard 7-yard line. Kilmer takes the snap. He hands up the middle. He is met by a couple defenders, and he continues his forward momentum across the 5. And he stopped at the 2. First down, Erskine. It looks like Miller Schaus will take the carry. He's short of the goal line at the 2-yard line. No gain on the carry. And Cameron Eubanks was there on the stop.
Erskine coming up to the line quickly to get that play run before the Tornadoes had a chance to get set.
And offsides is a call on the flag. Brevard's defense not quite set for that. And I believe it'll be half the distance to the goal, so put them at the 1. So 1st and goal from the 1 for Erskine with 4:40 and a moving clock here in the second quarter. Kilmer takes the snap. He drops a throw, a fade to the left corner of the end zone, and Tonk Dorsey comes down with it for a touchdown. The 6'5", 210-pound wide receiver hauls it in on the fade route, and it's 20-0 Flying Fleet pending the extra point.
No real surprise there. Dorsey is a huge target, has been the target of Kilmer. So for his top target so far this season.
Knew it coming in, and it's been the story here today. Just a mismatch on the outside there, and Dorsey able to haul it in. Keegan Moran will do the kicking duties on the extra point. Snap is back, holds down, kick is up, and it is good. 21-0 Flying Fleet as we take a look at that play. Kilmer to Dorsey. Just the size mismatch there was why Dorsey won the battle on the outside on the fade route from Kilmer. And it's 21-0 Flying Fleet. We'll keep it right here as the Brevard kickoff unit already on the field with Jeremiah Lane and A.J. Hill going back to receive. That's a little bit of a different combination than we saw week one. It was Reggie Taylor and Lane in week one, and now A.J. Hill, they call him Unk, the transfer from Tusculum. A speedster back there as well for the Tornadoes to field this kick. 21-0 Flying Fleet with 4:32 to go in the second quarter before halftime. Stay tuned at halftime. We'll talk to Coach Donald Hudson at the break to preview the women's basketball season a little bit. You'll hear from Hud a lot throughout the fall and into the winter as he prepares his unit for action this season. Moran sends a kickoff away. It's a high kick. Back to A.J. Hill at the 6-yard line. Hill feels he's going to fake a lateral to Lane. He has space through the right side across the 25 to the 30. Cuts through a couple defenders, stays on his feet at the 40, and he runs over a defender at the 45-yard line. What a return from A.J. Hill to set up Brevard at its own 45.
Way to keep him honest, gentlemen. That was a great play. They faked to the one side, and 86 right there for the Tornadoes. He fought all the way down.
He's an experienced player, most recently coming from Tusculum, and he knows how to fire a team up, and he did so right there. Brevard, 1st and 10 from its own 46-yard line. Beamish in the under center, and Deaton behind him in the backfield. One receiver to the right and left. As Beamish takes the snap under center, hands up off the middle, and it's to Deaton, who is pushed back forward. Progress will stop him at the 48-yard line. It's a 2-yard gain on 1st down. It'll be 2nd down and 8 yards to go.
Short gain. They're gonna keep trying to run the ball to open up that passing game.
Can't overstate the importance of a score here, given that the Tornadoes get the kickoff out of the half. Erskine did have the opening kickoff, but it fumbled on that opening kickoff. So it will be Brevard football out of the halftime locker room. Beamish back under center. Deaton still in the backfield. He puts Ramsor in motion to the left side. Beamish play action. Rush coming. He'll flip it out to Ramsor. He snow cones it with one hand. Ramsor across the 40. Cut down by a defender at the 36-yard line by Landon Ziegler. And Messiah Ramsor able to haul it in. He got a piece of it with one hand, caught it with two, and gets 1st down yardage to the Erskine 36.
Messiah, that was a great catch and run for the 1st down.
That's Brevard College, 1st down.
Rayshawn Williams into the game as the running back. Deaton heads to the sideline. Beamish under center as the game clock heads towards 3 minutes to go until half. Tight formation here. Douglas and Grant out to the right and left. Beamish takes a snap under center, hands Williams up the middle. Williams cuts back to the right side across the 30, backpedals to the 25-yard line, and it's a 1st down run for Rayshawn Williams.
Williams with a vicious stiff arm in there at the end of the play to get a few more yards.
And Coach Cayatt was really excited about the addition of Rayshawn Williams, the Huntington transfer. He's had an impact here this afternoon already. As Beamish back under center, we've seen this tight formation this whole drive. It seems to be working for the Tornadoes. Beamish hands back to Williams up the middle, cuts it back outside across the 25 to the 20 and to about the 17-yard line before he's ripped down by Jay-Sean Dorsey at the 16-yard line, and it's going to be a 2nd and very short for the Tornadoes.
What Williams, using his eyes as much as his body, found that opening and got outside.
And you see Williams walking back to the sideline. He's pumped up as we head to the 2-minute timeout. 21-0 Erskine, but Brevard with some offensive momentum deep in Erskine territory. We're going to take about a 45-second break and be right back. Brevard ball coming out of the break.
Over 125 years, Comporium hasn't had customers. We've had neighbors, friends, and a community we're proud to serve. Because for us, it's personal. We live, work, and raise our families right alongside you. So yes, we deliver lightning-fast speeds and reliable service, but more than that, we deliver commitment. Comporium, making connections that make a difference.
Back at Ives Lamel Family Field, 2 minutes on the clock before halftime, and Brevard is driving deep in Erskine territory at the 16. Rick, it was a struggle for the offense initially, but it seems to have found something here moving towards the end of the first half.
I have not been. I'm impressed with the offense. They continue to run the ball well. They haven't been able to break the big play for the touchdown, and when they have, it's hasn't been caught, or there's some little slip up. But I'm excited right here, and Williams has really added another element to this offense.
Beamish will set up under center. Grant and Douglas out to the left. Williams in the backfield with two tight ends in the formation, Quinn and Foster. Beamish under center. He takes the snap, hands off Williams again. Why not? As he tries to cut it back outside, and Erskine defenders there, and Williams tripped up at the 15, but I think we'll have enough for a first down, as it was 2nd and 1, maybe even inches there, and it will move the chains for a first down.
Outstanding. Great run again. Erskine found it, was clogged up the middle, and took off.
You see the vision of Williams. If he doesn't see it up the middle, he's going to try to bounce it outside, and that's a very good thing to have as a running back, to quickly see where the gaps are, and it seems like Williams has had that so far tonight. And actually, it's going to be, they're going to move the chains back here.
What?
So apparently it's not a first down for the Tornadoes. It'll be 3rd and very short.
Ryan, I can't help but be a little bit disappointed here. I thought they had it, and the referee over there thought they had it, and now they're going back and saying they didn't have it.
It looked like he had it at the 15, and now Beamish is going to be in the gun on 3rd and 1. A minute and a half to go till halftime. Looking to make that a moot point. Receiver out to the right, one to the left. Beamish takes a shotgun snap. He looks to the flat, nothing there. Beamish escapes the pocket, pump fakes across the 15, and he's taken down at the 13-yard line by Cole Johnson, and it is a moot point, Rick. It's going to be a first down, Brevard, at Erskine's 14-yard line.
You know, I'm very impressed because Coach, when we met with him, he talked about the line and the work of the line, and they are really showing what they're capable of doing today. And that's a big defensive line they're going up against.
Beamish is under center. Rayshawn Williams in the backfield. Shywan Grant out to the left. Adam Douglas to the right. Snap goes to Beamish. Williams takes it up the middle, but he's met by basically the whole Erskine defense. And forward progress will be at the 12, and some pushing and shoving after the play, as Erskine took that one through the whistle. As Brevard will burn a timeout with 43.6 to go until halftime. And it will be 2nd and long for Brevard after the timeout. We're going to take a 30-second break, and we'll be right back with the rest of the first half.
Over 125 years, Comporium hasn't had customers. We've had neighbors, friends, and a community we're proud to serve. Because for us, it's personal. We live, work, and raise our families right alongside you. So yes, we deliver lightning-fast speeds and reliable service, but more than that, we deliver commitment. Comporium, making connections that make a difference.
We welcome you back to Ives Lamel Family Field. Brevard looking to crack the scoreboard here late in the half, and it's ever important to do so. Down 3 scores and getting the ball after halftime. Rick, this can flip really quickly. If Brevard's able to get a touchdown here and get a touchdown out of the break, it'll be a 14-point swing to bring this back to a one-possession game.
Exactly, and they have been playing hard. They haven't been shut down. This is a big play though, right here. Beamish, look, see what he does.
ZFM, the right hip of Ethan Beamish. 3 receivers split out to the right, 1 to the left. Beamish takes the snap, drops to throw, looks in zone, escapes a pressure to the left, He'll fire it left side, and Barnett can't get there. A dangerous throw from Ethan Beamish to the end zone, but it falls harmlessly incomplete, and it's 3rd and 7 with 35 seconds left in the half.
And you happen to see the receiver just go to turn around, and that was Barnett. And if he just missed, he fell over when he made his turn. Nothing else.
3rd and 7 from the 12-yard line. You have to think it's probably go-for-it territory here for the Tornadoes, with Fauntleroy McDaniel in the backfield, 3 receivers to the left, and 1 out to the right in Douglas. Play clock under 10 seconds. Beamish takes the snap, drops the throw, looks left, fires left to the end zone. He has Taylor. Did he bring it in? Yes, he did. Touchdown, Reggie Taylor the second, and Brevard's on the board. It's 21-6.
And once again, great protection of Beamish by the offensive line.
What a job by Reggie Taylor to haul that in. It was a high throw. The defender was right there. Taylor was quick to tuck it in and secure it for the touchdown grab. 21-6, pending the extra point here from Vandegrift. With 30 seconds to go before half. Snaps back, high snap, holds down, kick is up, and the kick is through. What a big score for the Tornadoes as we take a look at that connection from Ethan Beamish to Reggie Taylor the second. What a job by Taylor and Beamish. Good throw, good catch. And Brevard is within 2 scores. We'll take a quick 15-second break and be back with the final 30 seconds before halftime. Back here at Isomel Family Field, 21-7, Erskine as Brevard gets on the board. And still some time left for the Erskine Flying Fleet offensively with 30.7 seconds and 3 timeouts. We'll see what the Flying Fleet trying to do before the break. As Vandegrift is set to send it away for Brevard with Brown back to receive as well as Quadier Scott deep for the Flying Fleet. Vandegrift sends a kick away.
Good kick.
It's all the way to the 3-yard line. Fielded at the 5-yard line, and he's got some room. He breaks a couple tackles, and he's spun down at the 27-yard line. That time, no fumble on the kickoff. That was the second kickoff that Erskine fielded, and that time able to hold on to it, and it'll be 1st and 10 Erskine at its own, 27-yard line, I believe.
Good kick. Low, hard kick.
Exactly what you want.
Kind of beat the defense down there.
Exactly what you want to take some time off the clock. 24.6 to go before half. Still 3 timeouts for Erskine. We'll see what the game plan is here for Ryan Kilmer and the Flying Fleet offense. Kilmer's going to start in the shotgun here with the 6'5" Dorsey out, split to the left, 2 receivers to the right. Play clock under 5. Kilmer takes his snap, play action. He drops the throw. He fires right side. Miscommunication. McDaniel trying to get there. He can't do it, but it's incomplete as Dorsey looks back to the line of scrimmage and says, where was that ball going? And it's 2nd and 10.
Well put. That was not what they had planned. The receiver was out there, but the throw was way off target.
It looks like Kilmer wanted a jump ball down the sideline, and instead it was an out route from Dorsey.
Excellent point, Ryan.
And maybe a bit of a miscommunication. Not sure who's in the wrong there. Nonetheless, it'll be 2nd and 10 with 19.3 seconds on the clock. Running back in the backfield, 2 receivers to the left and right of Kilmer. Play clock under 10 seconds. He puts the running back in motion. Kilmer looks right. He fires right on a tunnel screen to Sia Mack. Mack breaks loose. He has room across the 40, across the 45 to the 50, and he's spun down inside the 40. Another big play for the Erskine offense. On that tunnel screen, Eli Ray there on the stop. But an opportunity here with 10 seconds for the Flying Fleet.
Interesting play selection there by the Fleet. They let the tight end come in, and that opened up that whole side. And that is the one person that you would think they would not be wanting to have to deal with.
It actually looks like it was Marcus Taylor who broke loose there for a big gain, not Sia Mack. Nonetheless, From the 41-yard line, Erskine burns the timeout with 10 seconds to go. Rick, this turn on its head here, Erskine may be looking to add some points here before the break.
Hey, but the defense, they're the defense. We're going to see it. They keep running away from Dorsey, but that time they ran at him with the receiver who got by him and got open. So we're going to see if that play shows up again.
On those tunnel screens, it's so key to seal the edge.
Yes.
And shield those defensive backs from making the play. And that time, perfectly executed by Erskine. Brevard did all it could to stop that. It's not like Brevard did a bad job on that play. It was just well executed by the Flying Fleet. You can tell they've run that before, and they did so to a T yet again. So now, 10 seconds for Erskine from Brevard's 41-yard line. We'll see if Kilmer decides to take a shot. He's looked the way of Brown and Dorsey all day long, and we'll see if he decides to do so yet again with a 1st and 10 out of the timeout. Kilmer will be in the shotgun. He's got a receiver out right in Dorsey, to the left in Brown, and Xavier Carr. Empty gun for Kilmer, so you got to think he's going downfield here with 10 seconds to play in the quarter. Official over the ball as he comes off with 10 seconds on the play clock. Kilmer takes a shotgun snap. He looks long. He fires long to Dorsey down the right sideline. Defense is there. Did he haul it in? No, he did not. It looks like DJ Stevenson was there to break it up. And a good decision by Kilmer to get it out quick because he got another opportunity here with 4.6 to go.
Yeah, that was well done. He comes up to the line and just takes 2 steps and lets it go.
You can see the maturity from the freshman Kilmer. He's looked good today.
Yeah, he has.
And Dorsey had a shot at the ball down the sideline there, but a better job by DJ Stevenson to get a hand in and break it up. 3 receivers out to the left, 1 to the right, maybe the last play of the half here for Kilmer in the Erskine offense. He drops to throw, pressure coming in. He escapes the pocket. He's going to try and run for it. Clock expires as he goes down the right sideline, coughs up the football. It's recovered by Brevard. It's a moot point.
Yep.
But a good job by the Brevard defense to send this to half down 2 scores. Brevard will have a chance out of the break to make it a 1-score game, Rick. Good half for both sides. Brevard did a nice job near the end to bring this thing back to 2 scores.
I'm very impressed with both teams. Brevard has done a good job with protecting the quarterback and the play selection and of the offense at Brevard has been spectacular. They do have a strong quarterback and receiving combo at Erskine, and we're going to see if we can, if Brevard can find a way during halftime to slow that down.
We're going to take a short break here for halftime, and then in about a minute and a half, I'll have head coach of the women's basketball team, Donald Hudson, for a quick chat as we take a quick break. We'll be right back.
I've taken jumps in my academic career, and I've taken jumps in just socializing and getting out and getting to do things I've never done before.
The thing that brought me to Brevard is the experiential learning. I've always been a hands-on guy.
I love it here at Brevard. Over Christmas break, I was itching to come back because I love the area so much.
Experiential learning here is beyond all of my expectations.
Brevard College, a top choice for students around the world.
All right, back here at the halftime break. Erskine 21, Brevard 7 at the halftime break. A good half for both sides as Brevard able to cut into the lead right before the break, I got a special guest with me today, head coach Donald Hudson of the women's basketball team. Coach Hud, how you doing today?
Yeah, great. Thanks for having me on.
I want to thank you first for welcoming me in, being real friendly for me as a new guy here. It's been special in my time here to grow a relationship with you and all the head coaches here at Brevard. So starting practice in a couple weeks. What are you looking forward to about that?
Sure. It's always a exciting time of year, a couple of days and a couple of weeks before you get started. Up until now, our girls have been doing some voluntary weights and conditioning on their own and playing some pickup, but we officially get started next week. Really excited about it, and I think we have a chance to have a really good season. We lost a lot. We lost a ton. We graduated 8 seniors, and you lose that much, you kind of think there's a big step coming backwards the next year. But I think we'll pick up right where we left off. We have a group that I'm excited about coaching. They come to work every day. They make my job easy. A very fun group, and should be some good basketball play in the Bosch here soon.
So talk about some of the challenges. You talked about 8 seniors departing. What are some of the challenges with replacing that production, but also some of the exciting parts about a new group coming in?
Yeah, it's pros and cons to it all. When you have a group like we had the last 2 years, you can kind of be spoiled a little bit because of the experience that they have. They're able to go out and do things that experienced players are able to do. They've seen all different kind of coverages and played in our conference and everything, and they understand me and know what I expect. So that was a really good group to have, and losing them, it's going to be a blow for sure, but it's one that the group coming back is ready to attack and a challenge that we're looking forward to. Some younger players that are going to get a chance to really showcase their abilities. They're talented. They wouldn't be here if they were not, but they've just been in a position where they've been behind certain seniors and juniors in positions, and now those kids are out the door doing really good things, graduating and working now, and now our younger kids are going to step into their role, and it's always a challenge of changing of the guard when you have this kind of year, but I'm looking forward to it. I embrace it for sure. Ready to go to war with this group.
So a lot to learn about this group, obviously, in terms of what your identity is going to be on the offensive and defensive sides. But for you as a head coach, what are some non-negotiables, no matter the personnel, no matter what group you have, what are some non-negotiables for you as a coach and your expectations for your team?
Discipline and accountability. Those will always be 2 things that lead the program wherever we're going. We're going to be a disciplined team, and we're going to hold each other accountable. We're going to play hard, offensively and defensively. We won't change a ton of the stuff that we've done. I think the players we have now, the stuff that we do still complements them. I don't want to give too much away. I don't know who's watching right now, but we're going to play a similar style that we've played in the past. Of course, there are going to be some things that change. We're going to tweak a few things, and each team is different. So I can't expect this team to do the things that we've done in the past, but we won't change a ton. There'll be some tweaks for sure, but it's going to be the same Brevard College women's basketball that people have grown to love around here. It's going to be a fun brand to watch.
So off the floor, what's most rewarding for you as a coach, seeing your student athletes thrive and succeed here at Brevard?
The most rewarding part is probably when they graduate, honestly, and they come back. We're 3 weeks into, no, it's more than 3, about a month into the school year, and we've had some of our seniors that graduated come back for the weekends, and there's a few here this weekend, and those are the most rewarding parts to me. I think you're doing something right if people want to come back and still be a part of what you have. But as far as the ones here, just watching the year-by-year growth. You come in as a 17, 18-year-old freshman that doesn't understand how things quite work just yet as far as the athletics of college and the academics of college, and you figure things out, month by month, year by year, and you look up, and then it's your senior night, and it's your time to get up out of here. But it goes really fast. So just getting the group to understand this window closes fast and just embrace it. But it's a day-to-day growth and the people that they grow into.
So with a lot of new players joining the fold, how have you seen in your short period of time with this group, how have you seen them mesh as a unit, not only on the floor? You haven't been able to see them on the floor yet, but off the floor. What have you seen from them?
And I can't take credit for the way the group kind of meshes. I think the group that we have right now has done a tremendous job of welcoming in the new kids. I think we have two freshmen and 3 transfers, so an incoming class of 5, and it's been seamless. It's been a seamless transition. Of course, I haven't seen a ton on the court. We'll get to see that stuff coming up. But when you walk into the gym, come into work in the morning, and you have 3 or 4 of your kids in the gym shooting together, and throughout the day you still see that, 4 or 5 together, and you see them at lunch together, and you see them walking around campus together. That's where it starts. We can't be the team that we want to be on the court if we don't take care of things together off the court and have a really clean locker room, a good locker room presence. And I think our kids that we have now have done a really good job of welcoming in new ones, and looking forward to seeing where this takes us.
So before I let you eat some of this delicious Subway we have here in the box, Subway, one of our corporate sponsors, remember to eat fresh. Elevator pitch. I'm new to Brevard women's basketball. I'm sure a lot of listeners probably are too. What's your elevator pitch for your squad?
As far as like why come watch us, is that what that means?
Just a program as a whole. What is your selling point for Brevard women's basketball? Loaded question. I know.
It's a close-knit environment. I think the program and the school itself kind of sells itself, in my opinion. If you're looking for something small, close-knit, hometown environment, it kind of sells itself. But as far as a program, if you're someone that wants to get better year by year and wants to be pushed and come to school and do some good academic things, it's a good program for you. If you don't want to get better and you don't want to develop, I'm probably not the coach for you, because I'm going to challenge you every day in different ways and not just basketball. I'm going to challenge you to be the best version of yourself academically, socially, with your family, relationships and everything. But just somewhere that I'm not just going to teach you pick and roll. If you leave here and the only thing I've taught you is how to shoot a basketball, I've failed you. All right, so there's going to be some life lessons that go along with it and some things that you're going to get tired of hearing, but that's my job to reinforce those things. Very big on relationship building, and the group that we have can kind of tell you those things.
That's head women's basketball coach Donald Hudson. They start practice here in a couple weeks before getting going in November, Hud.
Yep, appreciate it, man.
All right, we'll be back with more halftime coverage ahead of the second half between Erskine and Brevard. We'll be back right here in a few minutes.
Good.
All right, we welcome you back to Ives Lamel Family Field. About 3 minutes until we get started here in the second half. Rick Green alongside myself, Ryan Wilkes. Rick, solid half of football. Started slow for Brevard, but they figured it out down the stretch there.
Yeah, I'm excited for the second half. They're showing a lot of offensive prowess, is a good word here, and I think that's impressive. The fleet looks, they're bigger. You can tell they've got size on us. But the kids, the offensive line's handling the defensive line that we were all kind of, we focused on in our meetings, and I'm real impressed. I'm encouraged.
A lot of adversity there in the first half for Brevard, but it didn't deter the Tornadoes away from getting a touchdown at the end of the half. It was a connection between Ethan Beamish and Reggie Taylor II. Really nice play there in the end zone, and then really nice job to bend but not break by the Brevard defense. A big play that got Erskine across the 50-yard line to about the 41, and his first down with about 10 seconds to go. They had a couple shots at the end zone but couldn't connect.
Well, and the Tornadoes need to capitalize on the errors of Erskine. The fumbled kickoff at the beginning. Now that's, you're just out of the block, so you're a little nervous, but still, you got it. You can't let that hold you back.
Look at some of the numbers for Erskine. Ryan Kilmer had himself a nice first half. He was 10 of 15 for 167 yards and 2 touchdowns with a long of 38 that went for a touchdown. On the ground, or receiving, Jordan Brown has led the way with 4 catches for 99 yards. Rajshan Tonk Dorsey has had 4 catches for 17 yards. He hasn't really broke it big yet, but he does have a touchdown catch. On that fade route in the end zone rushing, it's been Coulter to lead the way with 7 carries for 59 yards. Sia Mack had 1 carry for 41 yards. As we look at Brevard now on the other side for the Tornadoes. Again, started a little slow, but started to figure it out near the end of the first half. Ethan Beamish, 7 of 14 for 56 yards and a touchdown. That connection with Reggie Taylor II for a touchdown. On the ground, it's been Zion Fauntleroy McDaniel, or ZFM, who has been the workhorse so far. Actually, he's caught 3 passes. He's the leading receiver with 18 yards. On the ground, it has been Rayshawn Williams. Didn't know how much we'd see of him today. But, 7 carries for 35 yards. He's averaging 5 yards on the ground. What have you liked about the Huntington transfer in his debut?
He's having a heck of a game, and he's shown us a lot. That's why the coach was excited to get him out on the field, and we're seeing that reason for that.
So we're getting ready for the second half. Brevard will get the football, and it's pivotal for the Tornadoes to get a score here. Not crucial, but it's important that the Tornadoes try to get this back to a 1-score game at the halftime break. Really a chance to go 2 for 1 and change the momentum coming out of the halftime break. I'd say the Tornadoes went to the locker room with the momentum despite being down 2 scores. It was good in the half for Brevard.
Most certainly. They really, as I said, I'm encouraged. They're behind, but they've got a lot to show. They've put a real good game plan out there. I'm impressed with the defense, the offense, but size is the one thing that appears to, especially on the defensive backs, we need to get it because they've got tall receivers.
And, Rick, we talked to Coach Cayatt about it. The game plan last week wasn't to pound the rock with those 46 carries, but that changed once they saw a kink in the armor there.
Yes.
And that's kind of been the similar story here. It looked like the Tornadoes tried to come out a little bit more pass-heavy, but the run has kind of opened things up. So the Tornadoes have been going the ground a good bit in the first half. 15 minutes on the clock for the third quarter. Thanks for joining us here on the YouTube live stream, and wherever you're listening from, we do greatly appreciate it. Keegan Moran will send it away with A.J. Hill and Jeremiah Lane deep for the Tornadoes at the halftime intermission. Moran sends a line drive kick spiraling. Will it go out of bounds before the goal line? Yes, it will. It's a free kick out of bounds, and the Tornadoes will have the football at its own 35-yard line. Good job by A.J. Hillick and the veteran to not jump on that ball when it was careening towards the sideline, and he let it go out of play and gives the Tornadoes favorable field position.
Well coached. That's what the players are.
So 35-yard line, 1st and 10, Brevard out of halftime. As Ethan Beamish brings his squad to the huddle, and the Tornadoes look to get the second half started on the right foot. Beamish will be in the shotgun with ZFM behind him in the backfield, offset to his left hip. 1 receiver out right, 2 to the left. for Beamish to open the third quarter. He hands off on Roy McDaniel. He breaks it loose to the right side, has space across the 45 to the 50. There he goes down the sideline. He spun out across the 40-yard line to about the 38. And it's a first down run, a big one at the break for ZFM.
A great way to start the second half for the Tornadoes.
And he's pushed out officially at the 41, so maybe a little bit further back than we thought initially. Nonetheless, a great run for Fauntleroy McDaniel. A 24-yard gain for the sophomore with 2 in the backfield. It's Reggie Taylor II and Jeremiah Lane to the right and left hip of Ethan Beamish. He takes the snap, handoff goes to Lane. It's a flea flicker to Ethan Beamish. He fires it down the field for Reggie Taylor II, and he snags it at the 20-yard line. A little bit of misdirection from the Brevard offense had me a little confused.
Oh, yeah.
But it's a connection down to the 20, first down Brevard.
Good play selection by the coach right there, and Beamish making it work.
First down Tornadoes already at Erskine's 20. With Beamish in the shotgun, ZFM the right hip, Douglas and Taylor the second out to the left side, Grant out to the right. Beamish shakes the shotgun snap. Handoff goes Fauntleroy McDaniel. He cuts it back. He's spun down at the 16-yard line. And it'll be second and about 6.
Good. Once again, great strength of the running game to get out that way. They went in the middle, burst outside on that play.
2 receivers out to the left. Adam Douglas to the right for Beamish in the gun. Zion Fauntleroy McDaniel off his left hip in the backfield. Beamish takes the snap. Handoff goes back to Fauntleroy McDaniel. He follows his blocker to the right side across the 10. He's taken down at about the 7-yard line. And it's another first down run for ZFM. First down, Tornadoes inside the 10.
Great play selection. I can't say it enough. The running game works, folks.
So the Tornadoes quickly moving deep in Erskine territory. Only about 2 minutes and change off the clock here in the third quarter. And Brevard set up first and goal at the 6-yard line. Beamish in the shotgun. Rayshawn Williams back in the contest behind him in the backfield. Taylor second and Douglas split out left as the handoff goes. Williams, he goes right up the middle, and he's in the end zone. Touchdown Tornadoes. Rayshawn Williams, his first 6 in a Brevard uniform, and it's 21-13.
That is momentum, ladies and gentlemen, that was picked up at the end of the first half, and they carried it over into the third quarter here. Great play selection, and the team looks fired up.
The extra point on the way from Vandergriff to make this a 7-point game. Looked like Erskine might have jumped there as the kick is up and it's through. And it's going to be a flag down the right side, and I think this is going to go on Erskine.
Is that right?
It looks like the kicking unit coming off the field. I think the call is going to be offside on Erskine, as you could see the Flying Fleet jump. And looks like Erskine's now going to come off the field. And the kick's good. It's 21-14 Erskine, as the call officially is offsides on the Flying Fleet. Let's take a look at that touchdown run from Rayshawn Williams. He went right up the gut, saw a hole, and he hit it. Touchdown for the Huntington transfer, Rayshawn Williams. And Rick talked about the importance of a score here, and the Tornadoes did it really quickly.
Momentum in their favor right now. Let's see if they can keep that now on defense. The defense was really playing well. What they've got to do is contain those tall receivers, though.
You see the experience of Bill Cayatt as a head coach. That is textbook into the half and start to the third quarter. You want to get a touchdown late in the half and take it to the break and then come out and get a score at halftime. That's exactly what the Tornadoes did. And here we are, 14 unanswered from Brevard. And just like that, it's a one-score game that was once 21-0. And it's almost a brand-new ball game.
Most certainly.
Vandergriff will send the kick away with Siamak and Brown back to receive. And Marcus Taylor back there as well. 12:28 on the clock in the third quarter as Vandergriff puts his hand in the air and sends the kick away. It's a high kick back to Brown at about the 7-yard line. Brown will head to the left sideline trying to get the edge, gets a nice block, but Messiah Ramsour is there for the tackle at the 23 or 24-yard line And Erskine will set up inside its own 25.
Good kick. Good kick.
And good coverage, too, there for the Tornadoes. Brown brought it all the way to the left side, was trying to get the sideline, but the Tornadoes swarming to the football. And not bad field position, but not great for Erskine on his first drive of the second half. It'll be Kilmer in the gun. He's got 2 receivers out to the right and Rhodes and Sia Mack to the left. It's Tonk Dorsey. Cauldron in the backfield. Tight end Sowers comes in motion. He'll motion back to the left side of the formation. Kilmer takes a snap, 2-step drop to throw. Looking deep, steps up in the pocket. He'll fire across the middle. Mack picks it up off his shoelaces and has first down yardage across the 40 to the 45, where Stevenson and Rawlerson meet him. Actually, that was Samuel Grimes there on the tackle. And it's a first down pitch and catch from Kilmer to Mack at the 45.
Kilmer just got that pass away. He was on. He could hear footsteps. Believe me, they were right on him.
Kilmer back in the gun. Cauldron in the backfield with him. 2 receivers to the right. The tall Tonk Dorsey to the left. Shotgun snap goes up the middle to Cauldron. Eubanks there. He rips him down, and it's about a 4 or 5 yard gain. The 49. As Cameron Eubanks there on the stop, and it's second and medium for the Erskine offense.
Looking to see Dorsey out there for the Tornadoes. They were running at him. Let's see what they do if they've changed up a little bit to get that away.
Yeah, the defense has been able to come up with a big play, it seems like, all day long to thwart the Erskine offense from pushing the lead any further. We'll see what the defense has here on 2nd and 6. Kilmer in the gun. Sowers comes in motion. 2 receivers to the right. 1 on the wide side left. Kilmer drops the throw. He looks deep. He has Mack. Mack leaps. Can't make the grab, and it was there for, looked like Eric Westry was there on the tip. Carter Rawlerson applied the hit to jar it loose from Mack, and it's 3rd and 6.
Yeah, and it was even though it was tipped, it was almost an interception on the tip.
Yeah, Westry was almost there in the tip drone. You see the awareness of this defense.
Yep.
When the ball is tipped, Westry couldn't make the play, but he was there in position to make it. And it'll be a shotgun formation for the Flying Fleet on 3rd and 6. 2 out to the left, 1 on the wide side right. Cauldron in the backfield with the play clock under 10 seconds. Sowers comes in motion to the left side of the formation. Kilmer takes a snap, play action, drops the throw, looks deep, fires deep. Westry's there in coverage, and coming down with the catch is Taylor Rhodes. He might have pushed off a little bit. The Brevard sideline is irate as Rhodes goes inside the 5 yard line, and Erskine set up deep in Brevard territory.
From where we see in our vantage point, it looked like he was pushed out, that there was pushing on the Erskine team side.
Maybe a break there for the Flying Fleet as Rhodes hauls in the jump ball. Westry was in position. Maybe a forearm in the back there. Let Rhodes shake loose and make that catch. Nonetheless, first down and goal from the 3 for the Flying Fleet. 2 wide receivers out to the left as a handoff goes to Cauldron up the middle. He stopped near the 1 and won't go any further, as it'll be second and goal from the 1 yard line. Tough break there for the Brevard defense. Really wanted that call. Can't really blame them, but we'll see how this defense responds. It's a 2nd and 1 from the 1 yard line. Second and goal as Kilmer motions Cauldron to his left hip, and now whistles blow the play dead, and it'll be a timeout for the Tornadoes.
Timeout Tornadoes, as we that you can see. Interesting. Coach obviously saw something, wanted to get the momentum back.
Bill Cayatt is out there talking to the head official. Probably, I had to assume, about that ball down the sideline. He is not happy about that call. Neither is the Brevard fan base here in attendance. But we'll see what the defense is able to do. You think Erskine's probably going to just try and plug it up the middle here and break the goal line and push this back to a 2-score lead. But, Rick, despite that big pass play, you saw some good stuff from this defense on the drive.
Most certainly. Defense is still playing strong. Again, their size of the receivers is certainly playing to their advantage. But when you look at the defensive line, when you look there, Dorsey out there on the Brevard left side, kind of switches back over to the right side. I like that. Keep moving him. Keep him guessing.
Coach Cayatt's talked about that. He can put Dorsey on any side of the line. He's going to make an impact everywhere. As the Erskine offense back out on the field, 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line. Clock sits at 9:47 here in the 3rd quarter. Kilmer in the gun from the 1, with Cauldron with him in the backfield. Puts Sowers in motion on the left side of the formation. Takes the shotgun snap, hands off Cauldron up the middle. Did he get in? Yes, he did. He took a little leap and reached the ball across the goal line. Touchdown Erskine, and it's back to a 2-score game. With the size up front, it was just a matter of time before the Flying Fleet capitalized inside the 5-yard line.
Yeah, very good point, Ryan, as usual. And compliment that, picking that up. They've got the size, and when it's down close, yeah, they take advantage of it.
Keegan Moran out for the extra point. Play clock under 10 seconds as the snap goes back, holds down, kick is up, and the kick is no good. Wide right on the kick from Moran. We'll see how that plays a factor here later in this game as we take a look at the touchdown run from Cauldron. He just wouldn't be denied. Up the middle, sneaks across to make it 27-14. Erskine, extra point was no good. We'll take a quick 15-second break and be back with the kickoff.
Bow time. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner, the Carolina legend can make your tailgate a winner. We're talking crispy chicken, made from scratch buttermilk biscuits, and all the fixins to feed your crew faster than you can say touchdown. Let Bojangles do the cooking. Order your tailgate today. It's bow time.
Back at Oslamel Family Field, it's 27-14, Flying Fleet. After a ball down the right sideline, controversial no call.
Yep.
On Taylor Rhodes' long reception that set up Erskine inside the 5-yard line, and eventually the Flying Fleet break across to make it 27-14. Extra point from Moran was no good. As Hill kick it away with Lane and Hill back to receive. A kick goes to Hill at about the 5-yard line. Hill fields. Hill this time the lateral to Jeremiah Lane, who breaks across the right sideline, across the 20, across the 25, and he's pushed out. And they're going to spot him at the 24-yard line, so he didn't quite break the 25. But that's the versatility you have back there with two speedsters and Lane and Hill.
Well, and they've run that play now on 2 kickoffs, so I'm going to be curious. Let's hope they don't get to do it again.
It's almost like a kickoff. It's almost like a kickoff option play.
Yep.
You know, Hill can either decide to pitch it or keep it, and that time he pitched it to Lane. As Beamish under center, Darius Billingsley in the backfield off the left hip of the Tornado signal caller. One receiver to the right, 2 tight to the left. Play clock under 10 seconds. Beamish shakes the shotgun snap, hands Billingsley up the middle. Billingsley has some room, but he's stuffed by a couple of Flying Fleet defenders. He'll have about 3 on first down.
Little hand-to-hand combat on the right side over there between number 1 and number 8 of the one being Adam Douglas, but the defender was just it was a fight there.
2nd and 7, Brevard with 9 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. 2 receivers to the left, 1 on the wide side right. He puts Deaton in motion to the far side of the formation on the left. Beamish drops a throw, 2-step drop, fires it early. Was a defender there as Taylor looking for a flag, not going to get it. And it's going to be 3rd and 7. Rick certainly looked like he was there a little early on the pass defense.
Most certainly. Yeah, the calls haven't been going our way. There is certainly no home cooking in this game.
8:51, clock is stopped. Brevard on its own 27, kind of a bang-bang play. Tough call there for an official, but certainly looked like the defender was there a little bit early. But nonetheless, 3rd and 7 for Brevard. Big play upcoming, down 2 scores in the 3rd quarter. Beamish shakes a shotgun snap, drops to throw. Looks deep. He'll scramble out to the right side. He's got some room down the right side. He'll take it across the first down yardage, and he is cut down near the Erskine sideline. A flag at about the 27-yard line. And we'll see what the call is here. As it stands, Ethan Beamish scrambles for a first down. And now the trainer coming over to check out somebody on the sideline.
On the sideline.
It might have been Ethan Beamish who was cut down.
It is Beamish.
Right in front of Erskine's bench.
And he's getting up slowly.
A low hit there on the Brevard quarterback. Couldn't quite tell from here if he was out of bounds or not. Potential late hit going out of bounds. We'll hopefully see Beamish come to his feet here. He's certainly taken some hits so far this season. As he's back on his feet, good to see that. As he walks gingerly towards the Brevard sideline with head athletic trainer Michael Cabri. And still awaiting the call on the laundry that sits at the 27. It's going to be a face mask on Erskine.
Yep.
And it's a first down for Brevard. Colson Sigler's going to sub in at quarterback as Ethan Beamish gets checked down on the sideline. And that's 15 yards to the end of the run, I think. Actually, no, it's just a 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. So it'll put Brevard at Erskine's 49 with Sigler in at quarterback. He had a rushing touchdown last week for Brevard and Sewanee. As he stands in the shotgun with a running back on his right hip, two split out to the left. Shywan Grant out to the wide side right. Now whistles blow, and it's another timeout. Yes, it is. Brevard burns its second timeout in the second half, which could prove to be costly later in this contest. As we'll take one with them. We'll take a 30-second break and be back with 1st and 10 from Erskine's 49-yard line.
Over 125 years, Comporium hasn't had customers. We've had neighbors, friends, and a community we're proud to serve. Because for us, it's personal. We live, work, and raise our families right alongside you. So yes, we deliver lightning-fast speeds and reliable service, but more than that, we deliver commitment. Comporium, making connections that make a difference.
Back here at Islamel Family Field, Brevard has 1st and 10 with Colson Sigler into the game at quarterback. Ethan Beamish getting checked out in the medical tent after the hit on the far sideline. Ryan Wilkes joining alongside Rick Green as Brevard finds itself back in Erskine territory. The Tornadoes have been able to move the ball so far here in the second half. We'll see if the Tornadoes are able to get it back within a score here midway through the third quarter. Sigler in the gun with, I believe, Deaton on his right hip. Receiver out right, two out left in the formation. Sigler takes the snap, hands off. Actually, Rayshawn Williams makes a move at the line of scrimmage, and he'll push forward. It is Jaden Deaton. My apologies. He pushes the pile across the 45 to the 42.
Good run.
Good run for Deaton. Rick, so many running backs. Sometimes it's hard to know who's in the game, especially with their jerseys tucked in their pads. Sometimes it's hard to tell who's wearing what and who's on the field. But this is Deaton with a productive first down carry that will make it 2nd and 3.
Well, the running game has been what we saw last week, and it still continues to build the momentum.
Sigler in the shotgun, two receivers tighten the formation to the right, one to the left, and now everybody in motion. Taylor and Shywan Grant tighten the formation with Douglas split out to the right. Sigler takes the snap. He hands off Deaton up the middle. Deaton trucks forward, and he'll have a first down across the 40. As a host of Erskine defenders take him down. First there was Jeremy Bland. And it's first down, Brevard at the 38-yard line. Now Beamish back in the game at quarterback.
Outstanding.
Beamish is the soldier, and he's proved that time and time again. As after a quick conference on the sideline, couple plays from Colson Sigler, he does his job. And now Beamish back in. Douglas out to the right, Grant and Taylor the second to the left. Handoff goes to Deaton up the middle again. He'll get a couple on first down. He's spun down by Bland once again. And it'll be 2nd and 9 from the 37.
Watching the play of the offensive line, the pressure coming tight from the right side. So we'll see if they have an adjustment to that.
Under 7 minutes to go here in the third quarter. 6:43 in a moving clock with Ethan Beamish setting up in the gun. Rayshawn Williams in the game at running back. 3 yards set behind Ethan Beamish. Puts Taylor in motion to the right, takes the snap, goes up the middle to Rayshawn Williams. He cuts back to the 35, across the 35, and he takes the defender to the 31. First down run for Rayshawn Williams, who shows emotion, and it's first down Brevard at the 31-yard line of Erskine.
And what made that play work was the right tackle, Morton, pulling and going to the left and opening the hole for him, and he followed him all the way.
What a pleasant surprise Rayshawn Williams has been. Not really a surprise. I mean, Coach Cayatt told us to watch for him, but he's made a big impact tonight as the clock moves under 6 minutes to go. Beamish in the shotgun, running back Williams to his right hip. Hill and Douglas to the right of the formation. Grant to the left. Handoff goes back to Williams. Tries to cut it outside. Nothing there that time as two Erskine defenders there on the stop. It was Gary Maddox the third there first, and Flynn Larkin the fourth finishes him off. Loss of 2 yards on the play. Backs Brevard up to the 28 for second and long. Brevard's been very run-heavy here in the second half. Second and long, you'd have to think Brevard's going to let it loose at some point with two receivers to the right of the formation, one to the left. Beamish takes a snap, play action, drops the throw. Looks long, fires in the middle, and it's broken up. Douglas, a big hit, it's jarred loose, and it's incomplete. Broken up in the middle of the field, and it'll be third and long.
Good defense on the part of the Fleet on that play.
So third down and 12 for the Brevard offense. 5 minutes on the dot to go in the third quarter. And Brevard was chunking it away down the field. Erskine, with a negative play defensively, has been able to push Brevard into second and long, and now third and long. With three receivers out to the right, one to the left. Fontroy McDaniel on the right hip of Ethan Beamish. Snap goes in the shotgun. He'll swing it out wide to Fontroy McDaniel. He makes a move, but he's brought down. Good open field tackle by Ethan Knox, and it's going to be fourth down and long. It gave his guy an opportunity to make a move. Good job by Fontroy McDaniel to try and shake loose, but a better job by Knox to bring him down. No gain. And I believe it's no man's land for Brevard. They're going to go for it.
Okay. And Beamish hit limping a little bit, we see.
4:27 in the moving clock here in the third quarter. Fourth down and long. 4th and 12 to be exact for the Brevard offense. Barnett, Grant, and Taylor the second split out to the left. Douglas to the right. Beamish drops back in the shotgun. Drops the throw, fires deep to the end zone. Taylor's there, and he makes the grab in the back of the end zone. Touchdown, Tornadoes. Reggie Taylor the second, his second touchdown grab of the game, and Brevard's back within the score.
Outstanding play from a limping quarterback. That was a great throw.
He left it out there for Taylor the second to run under it, and that's just a veteran quarterback making a play, and Taylor the second capped it off in the end zone. 27-20 with the extra point on the way from Vandergriff, with 4:07 left to go in the third quarter. Snap is back. It's a high snap, but he puts it down. Kick is up, and the kick is through. 27-21, and you could kind of feel the energy in the stadium was low on 4th and 12, but Ethan Beamish and Reggie Taylor II bring it right back. We'll take a look at that connection for the second time today. Beamish drops the throw. He fired it deep, and Reggie Taylor II, in between two defenders, makes the play for the touchdown. 4:07 to go in the third. We'll take a quick 30-second break and be right back on the other side.
I've taken jumps in my academic career, and I've taken jumps in just socializing and getting out and getting to do things I've never done before.
The thing that brought me to Brevard is the experiential learning. I've always been a hands-on guy.
I love it here at Brevard. Over Christmas break, I was itching to come back because I love the area so much.
Experiential learning here is beyond all of my expectations.
Brevard College, a top choice for students around the world.
Back here at ISML Family Field, and what a play on 4th and 12. Ethan Beamish finds Reggie Taylor II in the back of the end zone for his second touchdown grab of the game. And it's back at a one-score game, 27-21. with 4:07 to go. Brevard will not quit in this contest against Division II foe Erskine. Vandegrift set to send it away with Mack and Brown back to receive. It'll be going to Brown at about the 6-yard line. Brownfield takes it across the left sideline. He goes down the left sideline at the 37, across the 40, and he breaks loose into Brevard territory, broke a couple tackles, and Erskine grabs a little momentum back. It'll be 1st and 10, Flying Fleet in Brevard territory at the 40-yard line. Generous spot there, I think, down the right sideline. I thought he was pushed out about the 44, but they'll give him the 40.
Got to do a good job. If you hit them and you got to bring them down.
See, the defense pins its ears back here and tries to create some havoc in the backfield. Kilmer has been relatively comfortable all day, but there has been pressure here and there in the backfield. As Kilmer in the shotgun, Cauldron with him in the backfield. 2 receivers to the right and left of the formation. Kilmer play action, drops the throw, pressure coming in. He fires down the field. It's picked off. It's picked off by Dre Burton. Burton across the 25. He's spilled down at the 29, and it's an interception for the Brevard defense. Rick, I mentioned the big play. When was it going to come? It's right there.
That was a great play. Good pressure from the defense, and just a bad decision by the quarterback of the Fleet.
1st and 10, Brevard at its own 30-yard line. Had a couple opportunities to pick off Ryan Kilmer, and it comes at a perfect time right there. Dre Burton with the interception to set up Brevard 1st and 10 with 3:50 to go in the 3rd quarter.
All right, here we go.
Looks like Bryce Shoemake fixing his knee brace here. He might just toss it to the sideline, and it looks like he will. Bryce Shoemake going without the brace on 1st down. Play clock under 10. Beamish in the gun. Takes the snap, handoff, goes ZFM. He cuts back, and he's hauled down at the 31-yard line, and a short gain on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and 8.
A little bit of pushing and shoving. Got the referee's attention.
Garrick Schwartz on the stop as Rayshawn Williams checks back in.
Number 33 for the Fleet, getting a little talking to by the ref.
Fondroy McDaniel will head to the sideline, a little shaken up, as it'll be a 2nd and 8 for Brevard at its own 32. Beamish under center, Williams in the backfield. Tight formation with Douglas to the left and Shywan Grant to the right side. Beamish takes a snap under center. Play action, looking long. Beamish will fire down the field. He has Shywan Grant, and he makes the catch. Grant across the 50 and spilled out at the 45 by Ronald Oliver. And Brevard moving into Erskine territory, a 1st down connection between Beamish and Grant.
And the confidence of the Tornadoes is evident. They're really working hard.
You see the sideline imploring this crowd that Brevard's got the momentum right now, got to capitalize. 1st down at the 45-yard line of the Flying Fleet. Beamish in the gun, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Takes the snap, handoff goes to Williams. Williams down the right side. He's tripped up, and now we'll see a flag in the backfield in the area of an offensive penalty here. And I believe that'll be the call. Williams had 3 yards on the carry. As you saw a Flying Fleet helmet come off, it's going to be holding on Brevard. Calling on Bernard Wirtz. That moves his offense back a little bit, back into its own territory. 2:24 to go in the 3rd as Brevard now on its own 45. It'll be 1st down and 20 for the Tornadoes. 27-21 your score. It was a 21-0 game in favor of the Flying Fleet. Brevard got a score before half, a score right out of halftime, and found itself down 2 scores again, but this team has not given in. So wide receivers split out to the left and the right. Heavy set in the backfield. Play action, Beamish looking long, contact on the right side, but he's going to fire deep. Reggie Taylor, the 2nd's down there. Did he make the catch? Yes, he did. Reggie Taylor, the 2nd. Oh, my word. Hauls it in at the 11-yard line, and there is a flag down, I believe. It's going to be an illegal contact. We saw Jordan Barnett take a spill, but Reggie Taylor, the 2nd, have yourself a day.
Oh, my, what a throw.
What a throw and what a catch as Taylor II comes up a little giddy towards the sideline. Awaiting the call, it's going to be a holding. And we saw that one, saw it, Jordan Barnett taken down to the turf. But Beamish went long with it. He found Taylor II. Those two have been on the same page all day long. And it's 1st and 10 Brevard. I think it's spotted at the 14. Make it a 13-yard line with Beamish in the gun, Williams in the backfield.
Keep your eye on Williams.
Beamish takes the shotgun snap. Williams takes the handoff. He cuts it back to the right side, and he's held up at the 10. Actually, no gain. He stopped at the 14. Reggie Taylor II's 5 catches, 108 yards, and 2 touchdowns after that long ball connection between him and Ethan Beamish. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 14. No gain by Williams on the first down carry. Beamish in the shotgun, Deaton to his right hip. Barnett and Grant on the outside to the right. And Douglas tightened the formation to the left with Deaton in the backfield with Ethan Beamish. Beamish drops the throw, pressure coming. He'll swing it out right side to Deaton. A dangerous ball. There was Jashawn Dorsey. And Jaden Deaton played a little bit of defense there to knock that one away, and it's 3rd and 10. 3rd down, 10 yards to go for this offense at Erskine's 14-yard line. You saw the concept there, but it was well defended by Dorsey to take that away.
Yes, it was. That was the play. They sniffed it out, but a great defensive play is what turned that.
Beamish in the shotgun, Deaton on his right hip, Barnett out to the right, Douglas and Hill to the left. Beamish takes the snap, drops back to throw. Fires end zone. He has Barnett, but it's a little high and incomplete. He had Barnett there in the end zone, and it's going to be, looks like a field goal attempt here from Vandegrift.
I got to believe Beamish was excited because the guy was right there.
And you can see Ethan Beamish fighting, a little bit limpy coming to the sideline as Vandegrift will set up for a field goal from the 14-yard line. It's about a 32-yarder. For Vandegrift to try and make this a 3-point game. Snap is back, holds down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. Vandegrift good from 32 yards, and it's a 3-point game, 27-24. Erskine still leads Brevard with points on that drive. We'll take a quick 15-second break and be back with 1 minute, 1 second to go in the 3rd quarter.
Bow time. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner, the Carolina legend can make your tailgate a winner. We're talking crispy chicken, made from scratch buttermilk biscuits, and all the fixins to feed your crew faster than you can say touchdown. Let Bojangles do the cooking. Order your tailgate today. It's bow time.
Back here at Islamel Family Field and how this game has turned. 21-0 start out of the gate for the Erskine Flying Fleet. Brevard has answered with 24 of the last 30 points scored in this ball game. And it's a 3-point game with 1 minute and 1 second to go in the 3rd quarter. Field goal for Vandegrift makes it a 3-point game, and he'll send away the kick. Back to the Flying Fleet. Goes to Brown at the 5-yard line.
And he
coughs
fumbles
it up. He'll pick it up, and he is wrangled down. Actually, he gets out of it for a second. Brown will escape across the 20 to the 23-yard line. You see the ability of Brown as a kick returner. He fumbled it, picked it up, had 3 bodies on him, and he's still able to get across the 20.
Yes, indeed. Hit him right in the chest, bounced on the ground. He picked it up and made the most of it.
53.3 seconds to go in the 3rd. As the Erskine offense trots back out on the field. It was great field position after a Brown kick return that set up Erskine at the 40-yard line, but Kilmer an interception to start that drive. And he's back in the shotgun. 2 receivers out to the left, 1 to the right with Coulter in the backfield. Kilmer takes a shotgun snap, blitz coming. Coldren gets across at 25. Grimes is there, as well as Broughton, who brings him down at the 34-yard line. It'll be a first down run for Logan Coldren across the 30 to the 34. And a good run for Coldren to start the drive.
Tornadoes using a little safety blitz on that, but we're not able to make the most of it.
And you saw DJ Stevenson screaming off the edge and couldn't get there before Coldren had sprinted out left. As two receivers split out to the right, one to the wide side left. Mack and Rhodes near side here with Kilmer in the shotgun. He takes a snap. Handoff goes right back to Coldren. Coldren has room, and he's taken down by Quintrell Bowman, and let's see who else was there. Looks like maybe Samuel Grimes. And there's actually Bailey Ramey there on the stop with Bowman. And it'll be 2nd and 4, Erskine from its own 41-yard line when we come back. Exciting fourth quarter coming up. 4 is up in the air on the Brevard sideline as the Tornadoes have the momentum going into the decisive quarter of action. We'll take a 30-second break and talk a little bit about that exciting third quarter on the other side.
Over 125 years, Comporium hasn't had customers. We've had neighbors, friends, and a community we're proud to serve. Because for us, it's personal. We live, work, and raise our families right alongside you. So yes, we deliver lightning-fast speeds and reliable service, but more than that, we deliver commitment. Comporium, making connections that make a difference.
Back here at Isomel Family Field, it's Erskine football at his own 41-yard line, 2nd and medium, 2nd and 4 for Erskine as we start this fourth quarter. It's been an exciting game, Rick. We thought maybe initially it was getting out of hand, but Brevard has done a great job to reel this thing back in.
Yes, indeed.
Kilmer in the gun, one receiver to the right, to the left. Play action, he'll fire a screen pass to the left side. Mack breaks loose, breaks down the 50-yard line to the 40, and he's across the 40. Now a late flag. Brevard was begging for a hold, and I think it got it right there. A very late flag, but I think it's going to be a holding on the outside, trying to break Sia Mack loose.
Yes, and we see disheartened members of the Fleets offense.
I saw that flag coming all the way from the opposite side of the field. That thing was chucked. To call the hold, and will back Erskine up and make it 2nd and I think 14 from the 31-yard line. Yes, it will. It'll be 2nd and 14 for the Flying Fleet offense. And behind the sticks again, that's where Brevard has had success today. We'll see if the Tornadoes pin their ears back a little bit. Try and force a punt down just 3. Kilmer in the gun, running back Coldren to his left hip, a receiver to the wide side right to the left. Puts Sowers in motion to the left side of the formation. Takes a shotgun snap, drops a throw. Kilmer fires right side. He has a receiver, and it's Tonk Dorsey down the right sideline. He's shoved out of bounds by Mason Tanner. And it's going to be 3rd and short. It'll be at the 41. He stepped out at the 41-yard line, and we're right back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and 4. 3rd down, 4 yards to go for the Erskine offense. Pivotal down for both sides here. Brevard looking for a stop. Erskine looking to keep the drive moving with the lead.
Fans, let's hear it for your Tornado defense on 3rd down.
2 receivers to the right. Tonk Dorsey split out to the left. Coldren on the left hip of Kilmer. Snap up the middle. Handed off to Coldren, and 3 Tornadoes are there. Robert Dorsey was there, as well as Mason Tanner, and it's a loss on the play. It's a 2-yard loss, and it's 4th and 5.
They have been running away from Dorsey, and that shows you why. That was the best play of the defense so far here in the second half. A great tackle.
He came across the formation and stopped Logan Coldren in the backfield, and it'll be a punt on 4th down and 5 with Jeremiah Lane back to receive. Ethan Miller will send it away with 13:20 and a moving clock here in this fourth quarter. Snap goes back, and the kick is away. It's a end-over-end kick to Lane at the 21-yard line. He fields, gets across the 25 to the 30, breaks loose to the 33, and a lot of contact there. No flags on the play. Good to see, and Brevard will be set up 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, that was, we saw some laundry out there, but it just turns out it was the rags, the receivers. No yellow flags.
13:02 to go in the 4th quarter. Brevard with a drive upcoming, trying to tie or take the lead in the game. The Tornadoes once trailed 21-0. Ethan Beamish in the gun with ZFM in the backfield. Grant tight to the formation on the right side. One wide receiver split out to the left. Handoff goes up the middle to Zion Fontroy McDaniel. He has a couple yards across the 30 to the 33, and it'll be 2nd and 7. 2nd down, 7 yards to go for the Tornado offense. And the momentum has swung all the way from one side to the other as we've gone throughout this game. As Beamish will line up under center, Fontroy McDaniel still in the backfield with Grant out to the right. Douglas tight to the formation on the left. Grant comes in motion, tight to the formation. Now a pitch goes to Fontroy McDaniel, trying to get the edge. He does, and he's at the 35 to about the 37. And it'll be 3rd and medium for the Brevard offense.
Way to find the hole there by the running back who got outside, followed his blockers, and picked up about 4.
3rd and 2 from the 38-yard line for this Brevard offense. Trying to keep this drive moving as the clock moves under 12 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Beamish will be in the gun with ZFM on his left hip. Douglas and Taylor tight to the formation on the right side with Shywan Grant to the left. Taylor comes in motion. Beamish takes a snap. He'll drop to throw. Fires left side. He has Fontroy McDaniel. Did he backpedal across the 1st down yardage? No, he did not. No, and it'll be a 4th and 1 from the 39.5-yard line. Ethan Knox with another nice tackle in the open field. And decision time for Brevard. It looks like it will be a punt.
That was a good play. He just came up a little short, and he was really trying to reach for that 1st down.
The Tornadoes, despite it being 4th and maybe less than 1, will punt this away back to the Erskine Flying Fleet with 11 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Sammy Vargas has done a beautiful job all day switching field position. Maybe that goes in the decision here. Vargas sends away the kick. It's a spiraling kick to the 22-yard line. Takes a Brevard, bounce inside the 15, and brought and touched it at about the 14-yard line. Nonetheless, actually make it the 16. It'll be Erskine football at its own 16-yard line with 10:47 to go in the 4th.
Coaches are always telling their players on a punt, get away from the ball. That was a reason. That's why they tell them. You just saw it right there. It wasn't done intentionally. Number 7 for the Tornadoes. That's Bolton. He just kind of bounced into it.
I think that decision really factored in the job that Sammy Vargas has done today and the defense's ability to get stops late in this game. Push Erskine back. Don't create the opportunity to give the Flying Fleet the ball inside Brevard territory and trust your defense here. With Kilmer in the gun, Coldren on his left hip. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Kilmer takes a snap. Play action. He fires across the middle. Has Taylor Rhodes, who carries a defender across the 40 and to the 47. Taylor Rhodes had Jamari McDaniel on his back for about 10 yards, and he brings it all the way near midfield.
Yep. It was a good. Rhodes just dragging the defender with him.
It looked like an RPO there as Kilmer pulled it out of the stomach and Coldren fired the slant. And a big productive gain, a 31-yard pitch and catch between Kilmer and Taylor Rhodes. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left as Coldren takes a handoff, rushes past the 50, has room down the right sideline. He is shoved down by Brandon Broughton, but another chunk gain by the Erskine offense for another 1st down. Now there is a flag near the 50. Let's see what the call is here. It is going to be a hold on Erskine, almost deja vu from the last drive. The Flying Fleet had the ball near midfield, and then a holding penalty kind of killed that drive. And we'll see if this helps the Brevard defense kind of tee off a little bit as Erskine moves back inside its own 40, actually right at its 40 for first and 20. First down, 20 yards to go for Erskine. Kilmer in the gun with Dorsey out to the left. Two wide receivers split out wide side to the right. He puts Coldren in motion to the left side. Kilmer fires it right side. It's that tunnel screen again. This time it's not going to work. A host of tornadoes there to take down the Flying Fleet receiver, and Brevard sniffed it out that time. Abdul Malik Shalanki and Bailey Ramey, as well as Brandon Broughton, all there on the stop. And it's 2nd and 21 from the 39.
And looks like the Fleet's going to hurry up, but that was a great play.
2nd and 21 from the 39 with Kilmer setting up in the gun. Tonk Dorsey split out wide side to the left. Two receivers to the right. Play clock under 10. Kilmer takes a snap, drops the throw, looks long, has good protection. Will fire right side to Dorsey, makes a grab across the 50, and he's taken down by Grimes near the first down sticks. And will he have it? Yes, he will. A conversion on 2nd and 21. That's just a backbreaker there for the Brevard defense. Too much space on the left side for Dorsey, who caught the ball with a receiver defender nowhere near him. About 5 yards between Dorsey and the nearest defender. He just stopped in the middle of the zone and was able to make a long grab there. And it's 1st and 10, Erskine at Brevard's 43. Mack comes in motion to the left side, two receivers to the left, one to the right. Handoff goes to Coldren. He's across the 40, has room across the 30. Coldren breaks loose across the 20, across the 10. Will he go? No, he's tripped up inside the 5. And Eric Westry was able to trip him up inside the 5-yard line. 1st and goal, Erskine.
Very good run by the Fleet. He's just their strength of carrying the defenders with them is really taking its toll on the defense.
1st and goal at the 5 for Kilmer in this offense, trying to push this to a 10-point lead with under 8 minutes to go. Kilmer in the gun, he takes a snap, hands off Coldren. Coldren across the 5. He's stuffed at about the 4-yard line. Eubanks and it looks like Samuel Grimes and Bailey Ramey were there on the stop. And Carter Rollerson was there as well. 2nd and goal from the 4 now. We'll see the Brevard defense can stand tall and create a stop, keep it a one-score game. Kilmer in the gun. Takes a snap. He'll throw the fade route to the right side. The pass is incomplete. Great job by Jamari McDaniel to break that up. Tonk Dorsey tried to high point the football. He's asking for pass interference. But McDaniel, a beautiful job to break that one up. It's 3rd and goal. More importantly, Rick, the clock stops at 7:01. And you thought Erskine was maybe going to keep trying to pound the rock and get into the end zone. Coldren has had a lot of success today, but tried that fade route again and didn't get it that time. 3rd down and goal from the 4. Kilmer in the gun. Two receivers to the left, one to the right. Kilmer takes a snap this time. He will hand off Coldren. Coldren is swallowed at the line of scrimmage. Cameron Eubanks there again, and Quintrell Bowman stop him at the 5. Should push it back to the 6. And Erskine will go for this.
Ooh. A gutsy play. Let's see what they got. Any trickery up their sleeves, or is this just going to be straight up run the ball? Or are we going to go to the throw to the tallest receiver play they've been running all day?
Kilmer in the gun, takes the snap, drops the throw, tries to fade route again. It's broken up, incomplete. Jamari McDaniel was there and breaks it up. Bailey Ramey there as well with Dre Burton, on the coverage. And it's a turnover on downs.
No surprise. No surprise. They have been throwing to the tall receiver, hoping to out-jump the Tornado defenders, and that one hit the guy right in the chest, though. That's not. That's his fault. That's not the other.
I actually think the throw could have been a little bit higher from Kilmer there to give Tonk Dorsey a chance to high point it. He tried to climb over the back of Dre Burton and couldn't do it. 1st and 10, Brevard inside the 10-yard line in its own territory. Beamish takes the snap. Will hand off up the middle to Rayshawn Williams, I believe. And he is stuffed at the line of scrimmage. No gain. It's hard to tell whether it's Deaton or Williams. Again, both those guys have their jerseys tucked up. It was Jaden Deaton on the carry. And he stopped at the line of scrimmage for no gain. Clock moving towards 6 minutes to go. Brevard trails by 3.
Well, let's see what we do, what Coach pulls out of his bag of tricks here.
You have to think if Beamish drops a pass, Erskine's going to try and bring the pressure as the Tornadoes backed up near their own goal line. Beamish in the gun, 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Beamish takes a shotgun snap, will drop to pass. Here comes a pressure. Beamish will fire left side. Nobody home on the left sideline. Maybe a little miscommunication. And I wonder if they're going to talk about grounding here on the left side. Conversations between the officials right now. Don't think they're going to call that. Erskine wanted it because there really wasn't anybody over there. But it'll be 3rd and long for the Tornadoes inside the 10 at the 6-yard line. Clock stopped at 5:39 to go in the 4th quarter. Erskine 27, Brevard 24. Beamish in the shotgun, Deaton on his left hip, 2 to the wide side right, 1 to the left for Beamish. Takes a shotgun snap. Looks long, fires left side. Yes, Douglas, it's complete across the 15 to about the 18 or 19-yard line. Mark him at the 19, and it's 1st down yardage for Brevard. Had him on the out route there. Great route by Douglas and great connection from Ethan Beamish.
Great throw by Beamish.
That's a Brevard College 1st down.
1st down and 10, Brevard at its own 19-yard line. A huge 3rd down conversion to get out of its own shadow a little bit inside the 10-yard line. Beamish takes a shotgun snap, hands off Rayshawn Williams to the left side. He's across the 20, spilled down at about the 23, right at the 23-yard line. And it looks like Jayshawn Dorsey was there to make the stop. Clock's under 5 minutes to go. This is starting to feel like a make-or-break drive for the Brevard offense with not much time left in this ball game. It'll be 2nd and 6 for Brevard from its own 24. Beamish in the gun. 2 receivers split out to the left, 1 to the right, and shy one Grant, who comes in motion. Beamish takes the snap, play action.
Plenty of time, plenty of
He
time.
fires deep. He has Douglas. Douglas wide open. Makes the grab across the 30, down the left sideline to the 20, to the 10. Touchdown, Tornadoes. A long connection from Ethan Beamish, 76 yards, and the Tornadoes have the lead.
You were calling the play, and I'm sitting here screaming. He had so much time, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody was rushing him. And to pick that up, that's what makes Beamish. Beamish is a coach on the field. That was perfect.
Vandergriff out for the extra point on a 76-yard connection. Ethan Beamish, Adam Douglas, and the Tornadoes lead 30-27 pending the extra point. .4:11 to go in the 4th quarter. Brevard has its first lead of the night. As the snap comes back, hold is down, kick is up. The kick from Vandergriff is good. 31-27 Brevard as we take a look at the 76-yard bomb from Ethan Beamish to Adam Douglas. A beautiful pitch and catch. And Brevard is in front with 4:11 to go. What a treat we've had here at Ives LaBelle Family Field. It will continue after this 15-second break.
Bow time. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner, the Carolina legend can make your tailgate a winner. We're talking crispy chicken, made from scratch buttermilk biscuits, and all the fixins to feed your crew faster than you can say touchdown. Let Bojangles do the cooking. Order your tailgate today. It's bow time.
Here we go. 4:11 to go in the fourth quarter. The energy is palpable here inside Ives Lamel Family Field. Ryan Wilkes and Rick Green taking you through all your coverage. As what an exciting play. I'm pretty sure my voice cracked just a little bit on that call between Ethan Beamish and Adam Douglas. 76 yards. That gives Brevard a 4-point advantage with under 5 minutes to play. Erskine will have the ball back as Vandergrift set to kick it away.
A lot of excitement on the Tornadoes sideline. Coaches having to remind the players not to get on the field. They're that excited.
Vandergrift kicks it away, a line drive kick down the sideline, and it stays in bounds, and it's a touchback. Was watching that sideline to see if the ball is going to skip out of bounds. It hops over the goal line in the end zone, and great job by Vandergrift right there to not give Erskine a chance to get good field position there.
Yes, indeed. What a play. And I'm still trying to catch my breath after that touchdown. Just an amazing throw by Beamish, who picked up and read everything perfectly.
Rick, you talk about complementary football. Brevard, the offense and defense, has done that in the second half. An interception, a goal line stand, and now we'll see if the defense can hold one more time. Kilmer in the shotgun, wide receiver split out wide side right to the left with Coldren to the left hip of Ryan Kilmer. Kilmer takes a shotgun snap, drops to pass. He'll look long, he'll fire long. Dorsey's down the right sideline and open, and he drops the ball. Tonk Dorsey got happy feet down the right sideline. He heard Brandon Broughton and Dre Burton right on his tail, and he drops the ball. 2nd and 10 from the 25. An uncharacteristic mistake from Tonk Dorsey, who's had himself a really nice day, and he's certainly blessed with the physical tools. 6'5", 210 pounds, and Erskine's used him well today and had a big play down the right sideline, and Dorsey couldn't come up with it. 2nd down and 10, 4:06 to go in the fourth quarter. Brevard leads Erskine 31-27. Coldren on the left hip, 2 split out to the left, 1 on the wide side right, and Dorsey. Tight end comes in motion. Kilmer takes a snap, drops to throw. Pressure coming in. He'll escape the pocket. Fire deep. He has a receiver, Rose. 2 DBs there, and it's dropped. He tried to make the play over top of Jamari McDaniel, and McDaniel, the 5'9" senior, would not give up on that, and he got his arm in there to break it up. 3rd down and 10 from the 25-yard line. 3:55 to go in the fourth quarter. Talk about David versus Goliath here. Jamari McDaniel, my word, what a day he's had, covering some bigger receivers on the outside.
Oh, yes. They have continued to use those big receivers on the outside, and you look for them here.
3rd down, 10 yards to go. Ives Lamel Family Field is buzzing. Kilmer drops the pass, throws right side. It's short, skips in front of Dorsey, incomplete. 4th down and 10 to go. Dre Burton on the coverage. And a decision upcoming for Erskine at its own 25-yard line. What do the Flying Fleet do here? Down 4 points with 3:51 to go. It looks like the offense is staying on the field.
For somebody who's had a pretty good game throwing the ball, the quarterback skipped that one to the receiver. And you just can't say enough about it because Kilmer had him. He just skipped the ball to him.
You see the sideline erupt. Erskine burns its first timeout with 3:51 to go. Time to talk about it, see what the Flying Fleet want to do. We'll take a 30-second break and be back on the other side.
I've taken jumps in my academic career, and I've taken jumps in just socializing and getting out and getting to do things I've never done before.
The thing that brought me to Brevard is the experiential learning. I've always been a hands-on guy.
I love it here at Brevard. Over Christmas break, I was itching to come back because I love the area so much.
Experiential learning here is beyond all of my expectations.
Brevard College, a top choice for students around the world.
The offense stays on the field out of the timeout. The whole crowd here at Ives Lamel Family Field is into this. 4th down, 10 yards to go from Erskine's own 25-yard line. Brevard leads by 4. Kilmer in the gun, running back to his right hip. He takes the snap, drops to throw. Pressure coming in. He escapes for a moment, fires down the field, has Dorsey. It's complete across the 50, and to about the 48-yard line. That time, Tonk Dorsey hauls it in. Or was it Brown that made the catch? I think it was Brown. No, it was Tay Sellers who hauled it in. A big catch for him across the Brevard 50-yard line to the 48. 4th down and 10 conversion for the Flying Fleet, and it stays alive here with 3:20 and a moving clock in the 4th quarter. Kilmer high snap, gets over his head. Cauldron scoops it up. He's going to try to get loose. He stiff arms the defender. Has room across the left sideline, but he's shoved out of bounds by Brandon Broughton at the 40, and a loss of about 10 back into Erskine territory.
What a play. Bad snaps starts the play, but good job by the defense to chase the quarterback down and bring in a loss.
That could have broke big for Cauldron. If he got past Broughton, who knows who would have stopped him, and had a lot of ground to cover, but he did scoop it up and try to make the most out of that. And it's 2nd and 20 from the 41. Shotgun for Kilmer. 3 receivers split out to the right, 1 to the left. Kilmer takes a shotgun snap, fires left side, quick throw. Dorsey has it. He breaks a tackle when he's across the 40 to about the 37. And it looks like it'll be 3rd and about 1.
Nice play. Gentlemen, you got to tackle. You had him for a small gain, but he made the most of it.
3rd down and about 1 yard to go with Kilmer in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Cauldron behind him in the shotgun. He takes his snap, hands it off. Cauldron has 1st down yardage across the 35, and he's spilled down at about the 33. And that'll take us to the 2-minute timeout. Malik Shalanki on the stop, and with 1:56 to go, whistles blow, and we'll take a quick break. 31-27, Brevard, but Erskine inside the 35-yard line trying to take the lead late in this contest. We'll be right back.
I've taken jumps in my academic career, and I've taken jumps in just socializing and getting out and getting to do things I've never done before.
The thing that brought me to Brevard is the experiential learning. I've always been a hands-on guy.
I love it here at Brevard. Over Christmas break, I was itching to come back because I love the area so much.
Experiential learning here is beyond all of my expectations.
Brevard College, a top choice for students around the world.
Welcome back to Ives Lamel Family Field. 1:56 to go. Brevard has a 4-point lead, but Erskine is in tornado territory, trying to throw the final punch and escape Brevard, North Carolina with a win. Kilmer in the gun, running back to his right hip, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Dorsey set up to the left side. Kilmer takes a snap, drops to throw, looking deep, fires right side. And it is complete to Sia Mack. Mack across the 10, the 5, and he's in. Touchdown, Erskine. Sia Mack hauls it in and runs for about 15 yards on the grab. And Erskine's back in front, 33-31. A 33-yard connection between Kilmer and Mack. And just like that, the Flying Fleet retake the lead. Keegan Moran in for the extra point. He missed one earlier. We'll see if he's able to punch it through right here to make it a 3-point game. Snap is back, holds down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. 34-31 as we take a look at the connection between Kilmer and Mack. In the middle of the field, Mack breaks a couple tackles and trucks across the 10 into the end zone for a touchdown. Brevard has 1:48 to go to bring this one back. It's only a 3-point game. There was a missed extra point earlier in this game that kept it that way, and we'll see if Brevard can salvage a drive here late in this contest. We'll keep it right here as Brevard back on the field already, ready to field the kickoff. Rick, a great completion there between Kilmer and Mack to give the Flying Fleet the lead back.
You got to give them credit. That was a well-designed, well-thought-out play. It's what we've seen them do, and it didn't always work, but this time it did.
34-31, Erskine has the lead. Under 2 minutes to play. Brevard had to burn 2 timeouts early in the half, so only 1 remaining for the Tornado offense. Only need 3. But you'd have to think Brevard, in a slugfest of a game, would like to end this one in regulation if it's able to do so.
Most certainly, they've both played well. I have to give her. You have to give the Fleet a credit for coming back on that and doing it in record time.
Moran will kick it away. A little bit of confusion on the kickoff unit for Erskine, but Moran will send it away. It's a long kick back to about the 5-yard line. A.J. Hill will field. A.J. Hill across the left sideline. Breaks it back across the 20, and he's spilled down at about the 22-yard line.
Yep.
And now some commotion post-play. No flags thrown. We've seen a little chippiness here later in this game. Good for the officials to break that up quickly. And it'll be first down and 10 Brevard from its own 21-yard line. Ethan Beamish back in the game at quarterback with 2 receivers to the left, Douglas and Reggie Taylor the second, Shywan Grant to the right. Fontory McDaniel in the backfield on the right hip of Beamish. He drops the throw, quick throw out to the left. It's caught, I believe, by Adam Douglas, and it will be complete across the 25 to the 26. He's taken down by Ronald Oliver. Clock moving under a minute and a half to play as Beamish tries to get the troops in order real quick with the clock approaching a minute to go. 3 receivers to the right. 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Referee was standing over the football. Brevard unable to snap it, and now Beamish does. Looks right, fires right. He said as he throws, Taylor's open, and he makes a grab across the 40 and gets out of bounds at the 41-yard line. First down, Brevard. Again, that connection between Beamish and Reggie Taylor II has been ever present today. Taylor over 100 yards receiving. He continues what's been a great day for him. And clock stopped at 1 minute and 9 seconds. Fontory McDaniel on the right hip of Beamish. 2 receivers both to the right and left of the formation. Beamish drops the throw. Pressure comes. Beamish throws right. Taylor's there. He makes a grab across the 50 to the 44-yard line and gets out of bounds. First down, Tornadoes. Another pitch and catch between Beamish and Taylor. And Brevard continues to move down the field with 1 minute and 4 left to play. Now Reggie Taylor II limps over the sideline and takes a seat. We'll check on him in a moment. Might just be cramping. He's been ever so productive today as Beamish in the shotgun. Play clock under 15. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Beamish takes the snap, drops the throw, spins it down the left sideline, has a receiver. It's caught! Adam Douglas makes the grab down the left sideline inside the 15. And he sets up Brevard in the Erskine red zone.
What a catch. Great throw by Beamish. That was the play the whole way, you almost think.
First and 10, Tornadoes from the 14. Clock moves to 50 seconds. Brevard has 1 timeout, likely looking to save it as Luke Foster late to come off the field. Play clock under 15. Rayshawn Williams to the left, hip of Beamish in the backfield. Play clock under 10, and now a false start. Mason Barnett moved on the right side, and he'll back up Brevard to the 19-yard line.
It's not going to hurt him that much there, but gentlemen, pay attention. Coach didn't teach you to do that.
A lot of time moved off the clock there, too. We're down to 36 seconds as Barnett moves on the right side, and he'll set up Brevard back at Erskine's own 19-yard line. First and 15 it'll be once we get the call here.
What do we got?
Waiting for the officials to make the call.
He's a little slow, isn't he?
Pretty obvious. So 10-second runoff associated with that penalty. So a pretty costly penalty. That catch was made with about 55 seconds left. All in all, about 30 seconds came off the clock. As Brevard will take the 10-second runoff instead of taking its last time out. Beamish in the shotgun. Once we get this all sorted out, we finally do. As Beamish in the gun, 2 receivers to the left, 1 through the wide side right, and Adam Douglas, who just hauled in the big catch to get Brevard into Erskine's red zone. Clock starts moving. Beamish takes the snap, drops to throw, fires to the end zone, has Barnett over the shoulder. Touchdown, Tornadoes! Jordan Barnett, left pylon over the shoulder from Ethan Beamish. Touchdown, Brevard with 18 seconds to play.
Words escape me, Ryan. What a play.
37-34 Brevard, pending the extra point, 18 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. We're wondering what the Tornadoes had left in the tank, and the answer is a go-ahead touchdown with under 30 seconds to play. Vandergrift lines up for the extra point, snaps back, holds back, now a flag. And there's another false start, is an offside. We'll see. And it's a false start on Brevard. Moves the Tornadoes back. And it looks like the Tornadoes will retry from a little further back. Moving back to the 7-yard line here, give or take. And Vandergrift will try again. The snap is back, hold is down, kick is up, and Vandergrift, doesn't matter, he knocks it through. 18 seconds to go, Brevard leads. Let's take a look at that beautiful connection from Beamish to Barnett to give Brevard the 4-point lead with 18 seconds to go, Rick.
Well, Ryan, now we have to be cognizant of the fact that they have been running these tall receivers down on the sidelines. You got to look for that to be their choice of plays after the kickoff.
Vandergrift did a good job keeping it away from the dangerous return threats of the Flying Fleet on the last kickoff. And likely will try to do it again with 18 seconds to go. Erskine does have 2 timeouts and 18 seconds to play, Rick. You mentioned those threats on the outside.
Yes. You hit it right on the head, Ryan. They got plenty of time. There's a lot they can do a lot of damage here in these 18 seconds.
So Vandergrift set to kick it away. Brown, Siamak, and Marcus Taylor back to receive this kick from Vandergrift. .2 to go. Brevard leads 38-34. Vandergrift sends it away, a high kick as it's fair caught inside the 10-yard line. No time coming off the clock, but it will put Erskine at its own 25-yard line. That was a kick in which Brown might have had space to return, but he called a fair catch. We'll take it. Erskine football from its own 25. We'll keep it right here. Thank you all for joining us this afternoon, and what a treat it's been.
We've seen some odd calls. That one's odd.
It was
I'm
odd.
sorry. You were explaining to me why it's a good call, but I find that odd.
Didn't want precious seconds ticking off the clock. I can see the logic there.
Okay.
As 18 seconds to go, the Erskine offense back out on the field. Kilmer trots out. It'll be running back with him in the backfield.
All right.
Cauldron to his right hip. 2 split out to the left, 2 to the right.
The defense, the linebackers and the D-backs playing back deep a little bit. They know what's coming.
38-34 Brevard. What does Erskine have left in its pocket? Kilmer drops to pass. Pressure's there. Kilmer escapes towards right side. Dorsey makes a grab at the 40 and steps out at the 44-yard line. 7 seconds come off the clock. 11.7 to go. And Erskine gets the ball to the 44-yard line for a first down reception by Tonk Dorsey. Good play there on first down from Kilmer. Just get the ball out to the boundary and let his receiver make a play. And smart play by Dorsey just to step out of bounds. Kilmer takes the snap. 3 split out to the right, 2 to the left. Drops the throw, fires it back out to Dorsey, and it skipped into him at the 50, and it's incomplete. 7.6 to go, a short arm throw from Kilmer, and it's 2nd down and 10 at the 44. You think maybe a couple more plays here for the Erskine offense as the Brevard, the whole team pumps up this crowd, and everybody standing here 2nd and 10 from the 44-yard line with 7.6 seconds to go. 3 to the right, 1 to the left for Kilmer. The Brevard defense playing prevent here with 7.6 seconds to play. Now a timeout called by the Flying Fleet.
Good defensive call. That's what threw Erskine. You could see as you called it right on, hit the nail on the head, Ryan. Prevent defense, and that's what they haven't been doing in these situations that getting beat. So let's see. Now they have to throw short. I like that. They get out of bounds. That's all right. Plenty of time, but still, a running clock. Oh, let's go.
What a job by this Brevard team, offense, defense, special teams, to not be intimidated out of the gates. Erskine jumped out to a 21-point lead. It looked like they're about to take a 4-score lead. Brevard prevented that, and since then, since that first touchdown, it's been Brevard who's had the momentum. Erskine was able to take a 2-score lead again, but Brevard has not given up today. 7.6 to go. Dorsey out to the left, 3 out to the right with Kilmer in the gun. Crowds into it, teams into it. Here we go. Kilmer takes a snap, fires right side to Dorsey, and he gets out of bounds at about the 45, make it the 44. And the clock stops with 4.3 to go. This might be the shot here, Rick.
Yep, this could be it. All right.
If I had to take a wild guess, just my inclination here, I think they're going to be launching it to Tonk Dorsey, who now heads to the right side of the formation.
I agree. I think that's the call I'd be looking for.
And Erskine's going to burn
a timeout.
Actually,
Their timeout.
I think this might have been us here.
Erskine. He pointed that way.
So Erskine blows the timeout. Last timeout for Erskine. So this is it. 4.3 seconds to go. Erskine's going to take the shot down 4 with 4.3 seconds to go. We're going to take our last 15-second break and be back on the other side.
Bow time. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner, the Carolina legend can make your tailgate a winner. We're talking crispy chicken, made from scratch buttermilk biscuits, and all the fixins to feed your crew faster than you could say touchdown. Let Bojangles do the cooking. Order your tailgate today. It's bow time.
Here we go. 4.3 seconds to go. Erskine football on Brevard's 44-yard line. As we see all the tall wide receivers in the game now.
Well, and you kind of got to be aware of, look out for any trickery here, too.
Look at these 3-4 tall guys on the left side of the formation.
Yes.
You got Brown, Dorsey, and a Tay Sellers out there on.
Whoa.
Now Brevard is going to call its
Brevard calls
timeout.
its timeout.
Wanted to see how Erskine lined up, and now Bill Cayatt burns his final timeout. We'll keep it right here as Brevard burns their last timeout. Rick, I mean, what else can you say about this one?
This is going to be interesting. Now, it's going to be interesting to see if they come out in the same formation. I mean, they could run the same play, but out of a different formation.
I would think they're going to keep that formation because you give 4 guys a shot to get the football. And
yes.
they're all pretty tall. I mean,
and
Tay
they
Sellers,
are. Yep.
6'1", Xavier Carr, 6 foot, Tonk Dorsey, 6'5", Rhodes, 6'1". I mean, 4 receivers over 6 foot on the outside.
And they can block and catch and run. So you got to find a way to cut them down early.
4.3 seconds to go. Erskine ready to break out of the timeout as Brevard burns its last. So this will likely, I'd be shocked if there's another play after this. As Kilmer trots his team out in the field. Now this time, 4 wide receivers again come over to the left side of the formation. Dorsey, Sellers.
Okay, you got them. We still got 4 to the left.
4.3 seconds to go. Kilmer takes a shotgun snap, drops the throw, looking left, looking right, fires right. He's hit as he throws. It's up in the air. It's caught. Can we make a tackle? Yes, we can.
Yes!
Brandon Broughton hauls him down, and Brevard wins. 38-34 final. Brevard storms all the way back from down 21-0 and takes this one right under the nose of the Erskine Flying Fleet. Rick, what a game.
Oh, what a game is correct. And I can think of a lot of things to say and positive stuff, but I'm real happy, for the coach. He did a good job in this game. He got his kids fired up. The Division II team didn't scare them whatsoever.
And we talk about the faceless opponent, the nameless opponent, whoever it is. You know, that's going to be what Bill Cayatt preaches every week, and now you see some commotion at midfield.
Well, members of the Fleet team going over to get the kid before he gets thrown out. He was a little active, and
And you see the discipline of Brevard getting back to the sideline and just not engaging in any further commotion after a huge win here at home. Brevard improves to 2-1 on the season. Erskine falls to 0-3. And what a job by Brevard here this afternoon. We'll go through a couple of the final stats here in a moment. But, Rick, final thoughts about today.
What a game. I mean, when you think about how it started out and to see the Tornadoes come back, there's a lot of credit to go around here. Quarterback, first and foremost, when you see Beamish out there and he's just he's getting up, he's fighting, he's Rocky is who he is. There's no keeping the kid down. The defense, great plays on their part as well. And Ryan, we've seen a really good game today. What a good game.
Excellent game. And have to talk about the quarterback, Ethan Beamish. I mean, that's just a Warriors mentality. 2 times he was knocked to the turf, taking the sideline. He comes back in his final stat line. Get ready for this. 20 of 32, 345 yards, 4 touchdowns. And he had 2 receivers with over 100 receiving yards. Reggie Taylor II, 7 receptions, 138 yards, averaged 19.7 yards per catch. He had 2 touchdowns. Adam Douglas, 4 catches, 125 yards, including that one down the left sideline. And Jordan Barnett with the game-winning catch. He only had one, but it was a huge one. Left shoulder, left pylon, touchdown for the win.
Yes, indeed. And there's still a little discontent on the Fleet side of the ball. There's a few guys acted up, but the teammates were a little smarter. They got them under control, and good for them. There's nothing to be ashamed of. You guys played a heck of a game, and the fans, y'all, what a great game to come to.
And Brandon Broughton with the game-winning tackle. That ball was floating in the air for a while, was caught in the middle of the field about the 25-yard line, and Broughton by himself hauled him down for the win. Looking at some of the tackling numbers, Broughton finishes with 5 to lead the team. Robert Dorsey had a pair of tackles. Actually, make that 4 tackles for him, 4 tackles for loss for a total of 33 yards. Dorsey was in the backfield all day long.
Yes, indeed. What a great win. That's neat.
What an awesome day here at Islamel Family Field. Brevard takes a week off, a bye week next week before heading to Belhaven to open conference play. And what a way to head into a bye week with a massive win today, Rick.
Yes, indeed. That's great. And don't forget, if you didn't get enough of this today, tomorrow the juniors play at 2 o'clock. Ryan and I will be here. He'll be calling all the action, and I'll be trying to make him look good. No, he'll be trying to make me look good. What a great show. No, Ryan's awesome. And we'll be here tomorrow for tomorrow's game, again, 2 o'clock for the juniors.
The Futures at 2 o'clock tomorrow against the Georgia Warhawks. I personally have lost my voice a little bit today, so I'm going to focus on getting that back as we're going to sign off here tonight. Brevard 38, Erskine 34, storming back from down 21-0. And the Tornadoes heading to the bye week 2-1. We'll talk to you tomorrow for the Warhawks and the Tornadoes Futures at 2 p.m. Talk to you then.